This is Betrayed. Written by author Nick Haskins. Narrated by Reese. Prologue. William, I called you back into my office because your PSA score returned a bit high. I don't want to alarm you, but I don't want to let this go either. We need to run more tests. The doctor standing in front of William continued speaking, although his words went unheard. William felt he didn't need to listen any further. He already knew the results in the file carried by Dr. Thomas were bad news. He was right. His prostate-specific antigen, or PSA, as the doctor called it, alerted the physician that something was wrong. "So what does this mean, doctor?" asked William. "I'm going to order more tests from here. Once I get the results from your blood work, I want to do a screening for prostate cancer." William struggled with the news as he sat quietly. "Will this afternoon work for you?" He doesn't answer when the doctor asks if he can do more testing today. William Lee Majors Sr. is a business owner in Anchorage, Alaska, a widower of 12 years and a loving, protective father. Since his wife Jean died from a brain aneurysm back in 2001, William and his son Billy have been on their own. Jean took her last breath when her son was only 5 years old, leaving him and her husband behind to mourn her death. William promised Jean that he would always take care of their boy. He also vowed he wouldn't take up with any other woman until after Billy was a grown man and could take care of himself. He didn't want to start a new life with a new wife attempting to raise his child, so he chose to live as a single father. William owns and operates Anchorage Lumber Company, a thriving commercial lumberyard in the middle of the city. He's put everything into his business with a profitable return. However, in the past, his company hit rock bottom, with William working around the clock to turn things around. It took him months to dig his company out of debt, and now this. The doctor says again, "William, I would really like to get testing done as soon as possible. Are you free this afternoon?" "I can't do this today. I have a lot of work to finish. We'll have to do it another day." He stalled. He was in no rush to hear the words, "William, you have cancer." "William, as you said, Doc, you don't want to wait too long." William was smug when he finished the doctor's sentence. "I got it, but I have to reschedule." 4 years later, William is a prostate cancer survivor. After his biopsy was positive, his doctor immediately started treatment. After a radical prostatectomy and chemotherapy, his family prayed over his recovery. With his son right by his side, William Majors made it through what he now considers the most challenging time of his life. However, with his body in remission and his son turning 21 in less than a month, his need for a female companion was increasing by the day. He's looking for more than just a friend or a dinner date. He wants a wife, someone he can share his life with. William is ready to open the modern 3-story cottage he built from the ground up to more than some random chick. He's ready for real love. William is an attractive brown-skinned, debonair gentleman, standing at an even 6 feet tall. His salt and pepper curls are trimmed to fit the shape of his smooth face without a hair out of place. He weighs a solid 198 pounds and is in good shape for a man of his years. His soft, dark bedroom eyes and full lips make women find him so appealing, especially the women around the Anchorage area. But William keeps them and their advances at bay. He ensures their lonesomeness and lukewarm casserole dishes never pass the front door. He dismissed their over-seasoned home-cooked meals and dry pastries with nothing more than a pleasant thank you for the food he nor Billy intended to eat. Over the years, so many women have tried and failed with William, no matter their efforts, because he just wasn't ready, until now. The only problem is he didn't know where to start. He didn't want any of the desperate, flabby, tired selection of women that was constantly trying to feed him and his son. He's a 54-year-old father, so clubbing is completely out of the question. He's never attended a church service, so meeting a good old church girl wasn't going to happen either. He doesn't trust anyone off dating apps, so his future wife, in his words, would have to come and find him, which is exactly what happened when Jennifer Payne came into his lumber company a few weeks ago. William's nose was open the moment she came in, looking for the perfect grade of granite for her new countertops. When she told him her name, William instantly wanted her and knew he had to have her. Jennifer walked into his life that day, and the rest is history that William Majors Sr. would someday wish he could rewrite.
Chapter 1. Billy and William are in the driveway looking at Billy's new bike. He is so excited as he walks around it, and so is William. "Aw, man, Dad, I love it. Thank you so much." "Well, you only turned 21 once, son, so I thought I would do something extra special for you." Billy took his eyes off his brand new Honda motorcycle long enough to hug his father. "Dad, this is exactly what I wanted." He looks back at the bike. "But it's so expensive. Are you sure we can afford a bike like this?" William put his hand on his son's shoulder. "Billy, this is my gift to you. Don't you worry about how much it costs or if I can afford it. It's yours. I only ask that you be careful so you don't hurt yourself." Billy gives William another hug. "Dad, thanks again." William Lee Majors Jr., or Billy, as everyone calls him, is finally a man. William provided a wonderful life for him after his mother died, giving him the best of everything no matter the cost. Even after Anchorage Lumber Company threatened to close its doors more than once, Billy still never wanted for anything. He now attends Alaska Pacific East University, a small liberal arts college near home. He'd always dreamt of attending a bigger school in a bigger city like Los Angeles or New York, but didn't want to leave his father. Billy knew his dad would always take care of him, but he wanted to ensure he could care for himself. So he plans to finish school to be more of an asset to his father and his company than a burden. At Alaska Pacific East, Billy is majoring in business management, with a passing grade with damn near every girl that crosses his path. Like his dad, females flock to his feet. He has long legs, standing 6'3". He works out so he has a nice body with a six-pack. He's cute, with a baby face, dimples in both cheeks, nice lips, caramel skin, and hazel eyes. Billy knows he's fine, but he's not conceited. "So, which young lady are you bringing to your big birthday bash?" asked William. Billy's cheeks turned red. "Dad, don't be embarrassed, son. These girls around here are nuts over you. That's why that phone of yours is buzzing all day, every day. I know what's up." William grins like a proud papa when he says, "You're just like your old man, son." Billy starts to read a text message as he and William chat. "You should come over again tonight, Billy. I have something sweet I want you to taste." 3:17 p.m. "Dad, I'm not sure who I'm bringing to the party yet." Billy puts his phone away, knowing exactly where he's headed after he showers. "I was thinking of asking Ashley or Tiana, but I'm also thinking about asking Shay, Miranda, or Arena. I'm not sure though." None of the names Billy just mentioned belong to the horny female from the nasty little text message. Billy had so many girls on his dick, he was starting to lose count. Women couldn't resist him, a trait that will prove dangerous for more reasons than one. William chuckles. "Well, at least you have it narrowed down." "Dad, you know you really don't have to go all out for this party. Instead of that expensive club, we could have something right here at the house. I know how tight money is. Besides, you've already done enough." William's face turns serious. "Billy, you're my son. I want to make sure you have anything your heart desires. Boy, you know that? When you turned 18, you told me you wanted your 21st birthday party at that club, so that's where it'll be." "Dad, you remember that?" "Of course, I remember, son, so it's done. Billy, I know you're a man now, but I'm still here for you. I always will be. I promised your mother I would take care of you." "I know, and thanks, Dad, not just for the party or for this bike, but also for the life you've given me. You've always taken good care of me, even if it meant deep sacrifices for you. Now, don't you concern yourself with my struggles and sacrifices. I just want to make sure you're happy." "I really appreciate you for that, Dad." Billy's face lights up. "We can hoop at the club, go swimming, get massages. I swear my party is going to be so lit." Billy hugs William again. You were the best. Thank you for letting me get your club membership for my B-Day. No problem. Remember, whatever I have belongs to you, son. William Majors will regret those words. Chapter 2. A few mornings after Billy's big birthday party, William is having brunch with his brother, Ronnie, and his big-mouthed sister-in-law, Apatha. They've been sitting here pleasantly, eating for almost 30 minutes until Apatha starts on William. She promised Ronnie she wouldn't on their way to the cafe, but she had something to say, so she was about to let it out. William, that was some party you put together for Billy the other night. I haven't seen so many young people under one roof since that boy graduated. Yeah, well, I wanted to do something special for my son for his 21st birthday. And you don't think that a $15,000 bike was special enough? Ronnie tries to save his brother. Apatha, that's enough. No, Ronnie, he needs to hear this. Apatha, it's none of our business, though. It's okay, Ronnie. Let her speak her mind. Her thoughts aren't going to change anything, but it's always good to hear an opinion from someone who shouldn't have an opinion on the way I spend my money on my son for his birthday. Apatha put down her glass of Clamato juice before taking a sip, as if William had caught her off guard with his sarcasm. Oh, William, please. Child, save that kind of passive talk for Billy because, it doesn't faze me. Honey, I'm always going to have an opinion. But do you always have to speak your opinion? That's what I'm wondering, asked William. I sure do. I wouldn't have it any other way. Just like that Wendy Williams. Honey, I say it like I mean it. Ronnie, a tall, average, medium-built black man, and Apatha, a short, brown-skinned woman with a decent body, are an attractive middle-aged couple who have been married for over 2 decades. They tried for many years but didn't have any children of their own. They didn't stop trying until Apatha had a hysterectomy last winter. Even after a specialist told them they had less than a 10% chance of carrying a baby to term because of Apatha's hormonal disorder, they still didn't give up. They dreamed of having a son. But when their dreams derailed, helping to raise Billy was a welcoming responsibility they both accepted. Even with the enormous support from his brother and sister-in-law, William and Apatha don't always see eye to eye when it comes to Billy. Apatha is very vocal over William spoiling his son. She also tells him every chance she gets that he shouldn't have given up on his love life for Billy. For years, she screamed from the rooftops that he could still be a good father even after taking a new wife. But her views were completely ignored, since William never listened. He dedicated himself to Billy, and his sister-in-law couldn't change that. Apatha looks across the table at William before she starts up again. So, Will, Billy is 21 now. He's all grown up, probably thinking about a family of his own. Apatha, what are you getting at? William asked before putting a fork full of scrambled eggs into his mouth. What I'm getting at is, you said when Billy turned 21, you would start to look for a wife. William laughs when he throws up his hands and shakes his palms towards the ceiling. Whoa, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Will, it's time. Hell, we all know it's time. I want to see you happy. Who says I'm not happy? Ronnie jumps to his brother's defense again. Apatha, let's not do this today, okay? I'm sure when and if William is ready for a companion, he will make that move without you hounding him. It's all on his time. So let the man breathe. Apatha waves him off. Oh, Ronnie, you take everything to the next level. I wasn't suggesting he goes out tonight and find a wife. I was merely reminding him it's time I've been seeing someone. William jumps in. Apatha and Ronnie stop fussing long enough to look over at William, who was still working on the plate in front of him. As he speaks of Jennifer, he's casual and relaxed before he takes a sip of juice, wipes his mouth with the cloth napkin from his lap, and feeds himself a piece of wheat toast. That's when Apatha asks, Did you say you've been seeing someone? William answers, Yeah, I did. How old is she? That was Ronnie. When were you going to tell us? Does Billy know? Is she pretty? Does she have any kids? Has she ever been married? Is she married? Does she want to get married? How long have you been seeing her? Where did you meet her? What does she do for a living? Does she have good credit? How old is she? Ronnie came back to his original question. William continues with his meal. He doesn't let his brother or Patha's mountain of questions throw him off. Instead, he simply says, her name is Jennifer. Epatha and Ronnie appear on the edge of their seats while waiting for more. That's it? Her name is Jennifer? What's her last name? Where is she from? Ronnie asks for a third time, how old is she? Epatha, you and Ronnie will meet her in due time. He looks at his brother. And Ronnie, don't worry, she's not a grandma. Actually, she's quite the opposite. They both watch as William speaks of his new lady. Well, Will, how about we make tonight due time? I'll cook. 8 o'clock. Bring wine. William wipes his mouth again before putting his napkin onto the empty plate. Epatha, I'm not bringing her over tonight. Why not? Because I want to talk to Billy first. I don't want to get Jennifer's hopes up by letting her meet my family only to have her crushed if things can't work out. Can't work out? William, are you listening to yourself? Billy is a grown man. It would be great if he liked your new lady friend and the idea of his dad having someone special in his life, but even if he doesn't, you shouldn't let that stop you. William, it's time you look back at your life. You've raised your son. Now it's time for you. William stands up and reaches for his wallet. There you go again, Epatha, with your goddamn opinions. You just never quit, do you? Nope, I sure don't. Now, come on, bro. You don't have to leave. She's finished. Ronnie looks at Epatha when he asks, right, Epatha? She looks up at William, trying to hold back her laughter when she says, Will, sit down. You know I'm just looking out for you so you don't grow into a grumpy old man, child. William ignores her. He places 5 $20 bills on the table and tells Ronnie, I'll see you on the green at 3 o'clock, before he excuses himself and heads for the exit door. 5 minutes till 3. William is cruising down O'Malley Road to meet his brother for golf. He knows he'll be rushed with questions about Jennifer, per Epatha's request, but he's not answering anything else about her. His family will meet the new woman in his life soon enough, if it's meant to be. William thinks about his son as he drives. He didn't know how to tell Billy he'd been seeing someone. He could blurt it out the same as he'd done with his brother and Epatha, or he could try a different approach, like taking his son to his social club for a nice Sunday dinner. He could order all Billy's favorites, a bottle of the club's best wine, and anything else to help him break the news. William thinks dinner at the club would be perfect. He even reaches for his cell to make reservations, but decides against it. He didn't want to wait till tomorrow night. William had to get what was on his chest out now. So instead of calling for dinner reservations, he dials his son's number. He turns the volume down on the radio while waiting for him to answer, hoping Billy will pick up before he loses his nerve. When he answers on the second ring, he sounds out of breath.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Hey, son, what are you up to?
I just finished working out. What are you doing? And Dad, don't say you're working. It's a nice Saturday afternoon.
No, son, I'm not working. William keeps himself collected as he speaks. I'm meeting your uncle for golf here shortly, but there's something I want to talk to you about first.
Dad, is everything okay?
Son, everything is fine. William pulls into the first parking spot he comes to at the golf course. I was going to wait to mention this, but I didn't want your aunt or your uncle to beat me to it.
Dad, please tell me your cancer isn't back.
Billy, no. God, no. I'm fine.
Okay, that's a relief.
Billy pauses for a second.
So what are you worried Uncle or Auntie will tell me before you can?
Billy, son, you always have heard me say that I wouldn't take up with a new woman until after you were a grown man. I didn't trust anyone to raise my son except me. Well, you're all grown up now, son, so I've decided to consider dating. I am dating. I met a woman some time ago. Her name is Jennifer Payne. She's single, has no kids, has never been married. She's pretty and she's independent, son. She's not one of these gold diggers we've discussed around here. She owns a small interior design business and she's a nurse. William pauses momentarily to allow his son to speak, even though he doesn't know what Billy will say or how he'll react. He hoped he wouldn't throw a tantrum and forbid him to see Jennifer before he hung up on him, but he couldn't be sure that he wouldn't, so he patiently waited.
Dad, this is great. When do I get to meet her?
William smiles as he exhales. He thought the worst would happen when he told his son of Jennifer, but he was wrong. Billy's voice and enthusiasm tell William just how wrong he was. How about tomorrow night? We could have dinner at the club and maybe a nightcap back at the house.
Oh, cool, Dad, I'm there.
The club, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening.
6 it is.
William is overjoyed. Son, I'm going to let you go. Your uncle just pulled in. Have a good day. I'll see you at home later. William smiles big as he tucks his phone away in his pocket after he ends the call with Billy. He sits in his car even after his brother pulls into the parking spot beside him. He has to assemble himself before he greets Ronnie, but he can't help but want to shed a few tears of joy. He thinks, we're almost there, baby. Getting out. Jennifer makes William so happy. He doesn't want to lose her, but if his son shows any disapproval, she would be dismissed even faster than the women he's sent packing in the past. Billy comes first, second, and last, and William plans to keep it that way.
Chapter 3. After a few hours of golf, William came home, showered, and changed his clothes before leaving. He told his brother he couldn't meet him for shots like they do every Saturday after a game because he had a date with Jennifer. He didn't tell Ronnie he was canceling because of her, because he would have started asking questions again, the way he did out on the green. William eventually broke down and told him Jennifer was only 34, but that was it. He didn't tell his brother anything else, though he wouldn't stop asking about her. Shortly after their game, William said, "I'll see you next week, bro," before rushing to his car to get home and get ready. Later that evening, after their dinner date at their favorite seafood spot on L Street, Jennifer said she was tired and didn't want to go to the movies as they planned. So, instead of heading to the theater, William stopped and grabbed her something sweet before they came back to his house to chill out for a bit. Now, they're on the sofa, making out, with William trying to control himself. "Will, tonight was so nice. I enjoyed myself with you. I always do." Jennifer caresses the back of William's head as he kisses and licks her neck. "Me too. We need more nights like this." As they sit here, William admires everything about Jennifer, especially her cocoa-colored soft skin. She's a naturally beautiful young woman who doesn't wear much makeup because she doesn't have to. She has jet black straight hair that flows just beyond her shoulders without the help of extensions. She's 141 pounds, 5'8", and sexy as hell. Her high cheekbones and full lips make her resemble Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. Jennifer is an RN with a bachelor's degree in nursing and is making pretty decent money. As William told Billy, she runs a small interior design firm for wealthy clients in and outside of the area. She can sing too. She sang to William on their first date, which blew his mind. He's been hooked ever since, and now he's in love with her. Jennifer lies her head on William's chest. "So, what are you doing tomorrow?" He doesn't answer, being too occupied with his thoughts to take Jennifer upstairs, undress her, and rub all over her body. He's on hard and so are his nipples, but he plays it cool. "William, am I going to see you?" "What? When?" "Tomorrow." She looks up at him. "Do you have plans?" "No, not tomorrow. I'll just be here at the house relaxing for the first part of the day. What about you?" Jennifer kisses his lips before she says, "I just want to be with you." "Good. I'm glad you said that because I want to be with you too. I also want you to meet someone tomorrow night." She was quick to ask, "Who?" "My son." Jennifer looked so surprised. Your son? Yes. Since they met, William had been very private regarding any of his family or friends. Not because he's hiding anything, he just wants to take things slow to ensure it's real. The 3-month anniversary of their first date passed 2 weeks ago, and Jennifer has yet to meet anyone close to him, especially not his son. Did you hear what I said, Jen? I want you to meet my boy and my brother and sister-in-law tomorrow night. Her eyebrows shoot up. Your whole family? Tomorrow night? William, why are you just now telling me this? I'm not prepared. Jennifer's energy turns anxious as she starts buttoning her shirt. She then looks around as if William's family had just entered the room when she says, I wish you had said something sooner. Jen, you'll be fine. I know, but William, this is a big step for us. I'm excited to meet your family, but what if they don't like me? What if your brother thinks I'm too young for you? William laughs under his breath. He won't think that. No. Well, what if his wife doesn't like my clothes? Like, what if she thinks my dress is too short or too tight? Shit. What if I wear the wrong thing? Damn, William, I'm not ready. And what about your son? If he doesn't like me, where does that leave us? William looks right into her eyes when he says, if my son disapproves of you, there is no us. Billy means everything to me, and if he's not happy with you or anything else in my world, then I'm not happy. I pray my son supports us, but if he doesn't, we're finished, and I'm sorry. Jennifer's eyes land in her lap. Wow, thanks a lot, William. That makes me feel so much better. William lightly guides her face back to him. Jen, I stand by everything I just said regarding Billy, but you shouldn't be worried because I'm not. Look, there is no us without my son's approval, but when he sees the woman I've chosen and how happy you make me, he'll fall in love with you just as I have. And so will my brother, his wife, and the rest of my family. You're the one, Jennifer. I know in my heart you are. And it's time for us to move to the next level. Jennifer hugged William so tightly that he held his breath. He can tell she's happy. He is too. William was about to make a life with a new woman and thought nothing would go wrong. He had prayed for a wife and believed God answered his prayer when he sent him Jennifer Payne. William wraps his arms tighter around Jennifer when he whispers, the Lord sure does answer prayers. For William Majors Sr., be careful what you pray for is more than just an expression penned by some cackling Southerners back in the 20th century. In this case, that phrase couldn't have been truer. Chapter 4. The next night. It's precisely 6 o'clock as William and Jennifer head to the club entrance. They pull in next to Ronnie's truck, and Billy's bike was parked right up front, so the family was all in place. That alone made William nervous. He thought that this might be when Apatha and Ronnie would be late, so he would have time to walk in and sit down with Jennifer, but no such luck. They're on time as usual. William looked surprised when they first drove in and saw Billy's bike because he was sure he'd be at least 30 minutes late. But he was on time and sitting right next to Ronnie in the ballroom. When William sees them at the table, he pauses in the vestibule before they see him. He looks at Jennifer as his palms start to sweat. He's not ready to go in, but he doesn't want her to know how nervous he is, so he plays it off by telling her how good she looks. You look beautiful, babe. Thank you. Jennifer lets go of his hand when she looks over and sees a few beads of sweat popping up on his nose. She then takes his silk pocket square out of his suit pocket and dabs at his moist forehead. You look handsome, but you cannot be nervous. If you are, William, you'll make me nervous. Are you nervous? She quickly answers, No, I was, but I'm ready now. She looks into his eyes before she pecks his lips. And now, so are you. Now introduce me to your family. They're all waiting for us. After perfectly folding his pocket square and putting it back into his suit, she grabs his hand again. Come on. Okay, I'm ready. When Ronnie looks up and sees his brother walking towards them, his voice can be heard down the block. Hey, Will! Next, Apatha jumps up next to Ronnie, with Billy on the other side. He doesn't stand as fast as Apatha, and is not nearly as excited as Ronnie. Billy just stares at Jennifer before he even acknowledges his father. At first, he doesn't hide it. He looks at the new woman on William's arm up and down, with nasty lust in his eyes until William says, "Hey, son," snapping him out of it. Billy flashes the biggest smile as he throws his arms around his father. "What's up, Dad?" Now he's all excited and bouncing around like a teenager, but most of it's fake or more like a distraction since he can't keep his eyes off Jennifer. After a short while, William says, "Son, I want you, Apatha, and Ronnie to meet my new lady, Jennifer Payne." William makes eye contact with the three of them as he talks. "As I told each of you, Jennifer and I met a few months ago. She came into my company when she was remodeling her condo. We went out a few times and had some fun, but, son, we're getting serious, so I thought it was time she met the people closest to me." Apatha was the first to give Jennifer a big, welcoming hug, which made William feel good. Next, Ronnie hugged her like he had known her his whole life, making William feel even better. Now he is ecstatic because he can tell his brother and sister-in-law already like Jennifer. He watches as Apatha gives her a bright smile, knowing she doesn't smile at anyone except for him, Ronnie, and Billy. That alone tells William Jennifer is the one. It was all going so well until Billy wrapped his arms around Jennifer. When they hugged, something didn't feel right to William. Though he is laughing and talking with his brother and Apatha, he watches Jennifer and Billy the whole time. He's trying to play it off, but keeps his eyes on them. Even when Billy started gulping down water because his mouth was so dry that his lips turned chapped, William's eyes were on him. "Come on, Jennifer. I want to show you around this club." "Okay, sure." When Apatha and Jennifer get up, Ronnie asks, "Hey, bro, you okay?" "I'm good. You know, bro, I'm better than good. I'm happy." Ronnie smiles and says, "You seem like it," handing him a shot. William asks, "Do you like her?" before throwing the whiskey to the back of his throat. "Will, all we want is for you to be happy." Ronnie watches Apatha and Jennifer as they head back to the table. "And I can tell Jennifer makes you very happy, so I love her. And I love you, bro." "I love you too, bro." Jennifer says, "This place is huge," when they make it back to the table. "You think so? Well, get familiar with it, honey, because you and I will be spending a lot of time here." Ronnie jokes, "Can we come too?" as William steps over to Billy, who is on his fourth glass of water. "How you doing, son?" "Huh? Oh, I'm cool, Dad." Billy seems to relax a little and put the damn water down finally as he talks to William. "Dad, I haven't seen you look like this in a minute." William's forehead wrinkles. "Like what?" "You look cool and calm, not stressed, sad, or mad with work." William looks at Billy when he asks, "Do you like her, son?" With his father's eyes on him, Billy's eyes are on Jennifer when he says, "Yes, Daddy, I like her. I like her a lot." William steps from standing beside Billy to the front of his body, blocking his view of Jennifer. "Good, son. I like her too." When William wraps his arms around Billy, Billy's eyes are right back on Jennifer, who is talking with Ronnie and Apatha. "I love you, son." Billy offers a rushed, "Love you too," still staring at William's new lady. Chapter 5. Later. After they leave the club, William drives Jennifer back to her condo. She asked him to come up before he went home, even though he said it was too late. It's well after 10, but he agrees to come up for a nightcap after Jennifer starts kissing all over him in the car. As they head up to her place, William asks, "So, what do you think about my family?" "You were kind of quiet in the car." When Jennifer unlocks the door, she asks, "How do you think it went?" "Well, I can tell my family already loves you, and you seem to connect well with them." "I'm not misreading that, am I?" "Not at all. Your brother is so funny, and Apatha is sharp. I can tell you can't get much by her. Tell me about it. Jennifer giggles. She's friendly, though, which made me comfortable around her. When they enter her condo, she goes to the bar with William behind her. That's when he asks, "What about my son?" He's friendly too, a little quiet. Trust me, when you get to know him, you'll find out he's anything but quiet. When Jennifer turns and hands William a glass of Jack, he tongues her down. After he eases his lips off of hers, he says, "I've wanted to do that all night." As they make out behind the bar, Jennifer gets wet. She's tipsy, feeling good, and wants William to take her into the bedroom and lay it down, even though she knows he won't. He said more than a dozen times that he wanted to wait until they were married to have sex. Jennifer was okay with it because she wanted to wait too. When she told her mother that she and William weren't doing it, she instantly asked, "What's wrong with them? He has a young, juicy woman like you, and you don't have to fight him off with a stick every night? Something ain't right." Jennifer didn't have time to convince her mother that nothing was wrong with William because she hadn't totally convinced herself of that yet. She admitted to her mom that it was odd that he hadn't tried anything because every guy she'd ever been with was usually a pig all over her the first night. They would always say the same shit. "Baby, it's not just about sex." But like clockwork, soon after sex was over, she would realize that's all it was about. She didn't want to make that same mistake with William, so she was okay with waiting. He's been a total gentleman this whole time, which makes Jennifer fall in love with him. But she's still horny though. He squeezes her hips before his hands grab her ass. Jennifer wants to rip off her Alexander McQueen mini dress so William can have his way with her, but she controls herself. As he kisses her neck, she thinks, "He is so sexy," before she snaps out of her head. When she jumps, William asks what's wrong. That's when Jennifer quickly smiles and gives a rushed, "Nothing, I'm fine." She then turns and starts to make another drink. "I'm glad I met your family tonight." William kisses her neck as she puts 2 ice cubes into her amaretto. "Me too. It was a great night. My brother loves you already, and so does Apatha." When William says, "And my son," Jennifer whirls around to him with the glass in her hand. "What about your son?" "He loves you too." He takes the glass from her and sits it down. "We will be a big, happy family, but not as long as you're here." "What do you mean?" Jennifer's hands go up to her mouth after she inhales a big breath of air with William down on one knee. "William, what are you doing?" He pulls out a ring box and pops it open. "Jennifer, will you marry me?" She says, "Yes," without looking at the diamond engagement ring in the black velvet box. Jennifer then drops to her knees and kisses William's lips while he is still holding the box. "I love you so much." "I love you too, baby. Here, put it on." William slides the ring out and slips it on her finger. Perfect fit. Jennifer stretches her hand out in front of her, admiring the platinum 2-carat halo diamond ring. "It's so pretty, I can't stop looking at it." "Do you like it?" "I love it." She throws her arms around him again. "And I love you." "I love you too, baby. So let's get married as soon as possible. I don't want to wait." "So, sell your condo and move in with me. When we get married, I don't want you to work. Leave the hospital and let me take care of you." "William, I can't do that. Nursing is my career, my life. And what about my client list at my firm? I can't just leave them hanging like that." "Keep designing, but I don't want you in that hospital 12 and 14 hours a day like you are now. You'll be my wife, so I don't want you to have to work like that anymore." He looks into her eyes. "Trust me, you won't regret it." Jennifer is ecstatic, but a little hesitant. "William, I don't know what to say." "Say you'll come home with me. We'll love to have you." "We?" "Babe, you know my son's still with me." "I know. I just thought he would move out once we got married." He will eventually, but as I told him, it's all about school. I will pay for him for a place when he's ready, but for now I need him right under me to keep an eye on him. He's 21 now, but still needs me. Besides, my place is large enough for all of us. Billy's room and bathroom are on the main level, and we'll be on the second floor in our suite, so we won't be in his way, and he won't be in ours. That's the way it's been for years with him and me. So, what do you say?
I say yes. I'm ready.
As Jennifer and William hug, Jennifer starts making plans for his house. She wants new furniture, new light fixtures, and the wallpaper out of the kitchen. She's ready to make William's place her own, but wishes his son would leave. He's too old to still be living there, thinks Jennifer, as William kisses her. But she doesn't tell him that. Besides, he says his son will be gone soon, so Jennifer believes they'll all be just fine in that house temporarily. Though, when they get married, she already plans to persuade William to get Billy a place, or hell, send his ass over here to her condo. But it didn't matter, as long as he wasn't there looking at her the way he did tonight. He made Jennifer uncomfortable, because he was staring at her every time she looked up. She thought maybe if she stopped looking at him, she wouldn't know he was staring, but that's just it. She couldn't stop looking at him. Billy is young, tall, and stout. His long legs turned Jennifer on, but she shut all that down before it started. She loves William and his long legs, not Billy's. However, when she thought, he is so sexy, earlier, she wasn't thinking about William. At the courthouse, my brother and Apatha will be our witnesses. Your mom will stand up for you and Billy will stand for me. Then we can have a wedding at the club in 3 months with our families. What do you say to that?
I love it, William,
Jennifer says.
I'm so happy.
Because she is. She's about to have the life she's always wanted. But it's going to come at a steep price. Chapter 6. 3 months later. The ballroom at the club is packed. All of William's family are on one side, with all of Jennifer's family on the other. When Billy looks out, he sees a sea of smiling faces looking back at him, and everyone's phone is in the air to record everything. He smiles and waves back at his mother's people sitting on the second row. Since they all still kept up with him and his dad, he knew they would be here. Even with all the familiar faces, Billy was nervous when he and his dad and uncle first walked out. He smoked twice before he left home, which helped his anxiety, but he's still a little nervous. Right before the music starts, William whispers, "You okay, son?" to Billy. He whispers back, "I'm cool, Dad." Then his eyes are glued on the glass entrance doors when they open. After everyone stands and faces that way, Jennifer appears. She looks angelic, standing there in a beautiful big white gown. Her hair is perfect, and so is her makeup. She has on a veil, but Billy can still see her cleavage. He keeps his cool, but he loves the way she looks. He loved her from the moment he saw her. He even jacked off in his room after he left the club that night, fantasizing about her. He thinks, damn, as he starts getting hard now, just like he did when they met. He smoothly shakes his pant leg one good time to try and adjust himself without anyone noticing. He's relieved when his shit went back down, but his eyes are still glued on Jennifer. Even after her stepdad gives her away, Billy's eyes are on her. He can't help himself as he thinks, I'm tripping. Let me stop looking at this lady like that. He's thankful the ceremony is almost over, and he hasn't looked at Jennifer for nearly 15 minutes. Billy is ready to pat himself on the back because he stopped thinking about her. She's standing here, marrying his father in front of him, God, and everyone, so he decides to stop lusting after her and be a good son. Besides, his uncle and aunt would devour whatever was left of him after his dad ripped him to shreds if he knew what kind of thoughts and daydreams he'd been having about Jennifer. He doesn't have to worry about that now because it's over. No more staring, no more lusting. Right before the preacher pronounces William and Jennifer husband and wife, a voice comes to Billy, taunting him with, "You don't have to look at her now, but you will when she moves in with y'all." Billy thinks, "I'll be fine," before the voice comes back and says, No, you won't. William, you may kiss your bride. Billy claps, along with everyone else, as Jennifer and William kiss. He's so happy for his father, and he tells him so when he hugs him. I'm proud of you, Dad. You did it, man. You did it. Because of you, son. Ronnie comes up behind William, interrupting them. Congratulations, Will. That's when Billy starts to hug every family member he reaches. He thanks them for coming and asks everyone if they're staying for the reception. Later, Billy is enjoying the celebration after he kicked all that other shit out of his mind. He tells himself he was being childish and tries to forget about his inappropriate thoughts for Jennifer. After he hugged and congratulated her, he didn't pay her any more attention. Even after he got drunk and smoked in the car with his cousins, he still kept his eyes off his new stepmother. His father is happy, and so is he. Billy wouldn't mess that up for Jennifer or anyone. At least that's what he tells himself. Come on, Billy. It's time for pictures. After Epatha calls him, Billy walks over to the flower wall and stands beside his dad. You good, son? I'm great, Dad. The photographer says, I want to see big smiles on 3. They all smile at the camera, with Jennifer on the left side, Billy on the right, and William in the middle, smiling the brightest. Hold it right there. Before the camera flashes, the photographer says, You all look perfect. Because they all do. But they won't stay that way. Chapter 7. The next night. Jennifer and William are finally back in their hotel suite after sightseeing all day. William wanted to skip the Sunday night boat ride, but Jennifer insisted they go so she could get some good videos for social media. William eventually agreed, though he was tired as hell. Ronnie and Epatha sent the newlyweds to Bora Bora for a week as a wedding gift. So after the reception, they rushed home, packed, and were at the airport by midnight for their red-eye flight. After they landed and got checked in, Jennifer had a full itinerary. They did most of what she had planned, but now it's getting late, and the activities are over. When they get to the suite, William kissed Jennifer before he headed to the shower. Before he got in, he took a Viagra pill to make sure he was ready. He didn't need any help in that department, but he popped the little blue tablet anyway, just to be sure. Once he finishes with his shower, he dries off, throws on a pair of red silk boxers, and heads out. Jennifer was in the other bathroom, so he sat on the bed to wait for her. He looks at the new black diamond band on his ring finger as he sits there. He grins, reminiscing about the ceremony and how beautiful Jennifer looked standing beside him. Before long, William starts going through his phone, looking at pictures from their wedding. His grin turns into a big smile as he looks at the short video Epatha sent him of Jennifer walking down the aisle. He thinks his new bride looks even prettier in the video than at the wedding. As he watches more from the ceremony, the bathroom door opens. That's when he clicks his phone off and looks up to see Jennifer coming out. Her feet glide across the floor as she walks to him. She's wearing white lingerie that looks like it cost $1 million to William. It's so sexy and sheer and hot. All of the lace makes Jennifer's body look so good. Good enough for William to eat. I love it. You look sexy, babe. Thank you. You smell good, too. William quickly takes Jennifer up into his arms and kisses her. She doesn't hold back, dipping her tongue in and out of his mouth. Oh, William. The lights are low in the suite as William turns on soft music. When he lies the remote down, his eyes land on Jennifer, who is already taking off her lingerie. She gets naked for William as he slips his boxers off. They kiss before Jennifer gets into bed. Make love to me, William. He gets into bed too. The foreplay is soft and sweet at first. There's a little touching, some hugging, and a kiss. But before long, they're all over each other, with William taking his time before he enters her. When he does, he sinks deep. He can't help but moan right behind her. Then slowly, he starts to grind his hips with his hand on the headboard. She grabs him. William, don't stop, that's it. They're enjoying their first night as husband and wife, with William making Jennifer climax before him. When he fucks her from the side, he comes too, but he doesn't stop. They keep making love for an hour. William is so turned on, he's working her past the 2-hour mark, but he's not counting the time, and neither is Jennifer. When they finish, they lay tangled up in each other's arms. That was wild, William. He kisses her forehead. I think so too. He blows out a puff of air. Whew, you had me going, woman. Jennifer just laughs and laughs in William's arms as he tells her how his toes curled while she was riding him. Was it everything you thought it would be? More, baby. It was incredible, just like you. As Jennifer snuggles closer, William starts thinking about their new life together. He can't wait to get back to Anchorage, unpack all of their stuff, and make the changes to the house that she asks for. William told her that she could have anything she wanted, including taking down the wallpaper in the kitchen his first wife had put up. At first, he didn't want to, but he didn't care about wallpaper. He just wanted to make Jennifer happy. William holds her tighter as they both start to drift off to sleep. Before William closes his eyes, he gets excited because their lives are going to be so amazing when they get back home. Or so he thinks.
Chapter 8. Billy is out in the driveway, waxing his bike. He's had the house to himself for the past week, since his dad and Jennifer was on their honeymoon. But they returned this morning. So now, no more sleeping late, walking around the house naked, smoking in his room, and no more girls night after night. In the week they were gone, Billy had almost a dozen females come over. Some he fucked, some just sucked his dick. And he invited one girl named Mariah just to see if she would come. She is fine with a dope body, so Billy tried his luck since no one was home. He DM'd her Friday while he was in class. He was surprised when she messaged right back, and even more shocked when she came over later that night. But Billy made her leave soon after she got there because his room smelled sour the minute she took her pants off. She smelled it too because she started making excuses that she'd been in the gym all day when the smell hit the air. Billy tried not to embarrass her by flat out telling her she had to go, so he said he had to be up early for an exam, but he would message her after class. That was a lie, because he blocked her when she left and called another girl over. When this one came, she smelled good, so he had his way with her, imagining he was fucking Jennifer the whole time. Every girl he'd been with since they'd been gone, he pretended was Jennifer. He tried to fight it initially, but stopped when he couldn't take his mind off her. Billy looks up when Jennifer pulls into the driveway next to him. He says, "Hey," when she gets out. "Hey yourself, Billy." She smiles. "I swear, you'll rub the paint off that thing one day." He grins. "You think so?" He then steals a quick look at her. Of course, he thinks she looks good in the black maxi dress covering her fit body. "What did you do while your father and I were gone for a week? I know you missed us." Billy keeps his eyes down on his bike, thinking, "You have no idea." He then quickly tells her, "I didn't do much, studied, hung out a little bit, nothing major." "Nice. You should come with me to the club when you're finished so I can tell you all about our trip. I'm meeting a Patha for lunch there." "No, I'm cool." He looks at her when he says, "I'm hanging out with my baby today." Before she can say anything, he points to his bike. It needed a bath. Jennifer looks at her Mercedes. "Mine needs a bath too." Billy sucks his teeth. "Maybe one day I'll wax it up for you." "Okay." Jennifer smiles and wags her head. "I'll keep that in mind." She giggles a bit before she says, "Billy, I'm really glad to be a part of this family. When William and I first met, we seemed to have the perfect situation until it came down to meeting y'all. I was so scared." Billy's eyebrows furrow when he asks, "You were scared to meet my family?" "I was, but most of all, I was scared to meet you." Billy stops wiping on his motorcycle long enough to look over at Jennifer. "I don't understand." "Billy,
As much as I feared rejections from your family, I thought I could take it. I'm tough. I fight for what I want. Besides, William and I are solid, so I knew it would be okay, but I was still scared when it came to you. Why? Because if you disapproved of me and your father, we were done. Yeah, right. You had my dad at hello. At least that's the way he tells it. Billy smiles. Jennifer doesn't. You're right. That's what he said. But he also told me there would be no us if you didn't accept me or our relationship. Oh my God, hearing your father say that to me made me so sad because I love him and I didn't want to lose him. Wait a minute. My father said what? William said if you didn't approve of us, he and I were finished. When did he say this? Jennifer answers. The night before you and I met. Billy shakes his head when he says, my dad wouldn't do that. He wouldn't let you go for me or anyone else. He loves you too much. I know your father loves me, Billy. We share a special bond no one can come between, except you. Billy lays the red chamois on the seat of his bike. Jennifer, I'll be right back. I need to make a call. Okay. Jennifer opens her car door. Before she got in, she said, I came home to do some more unpacking, but I'm going to get my nails done before I meet Apatha. All right, I'll see you later. Once she drives off, Billy goes into the house to text his father. When he does, he asks William to come home as soon as possible because they need to talk ASAP. Billy heard what Jennifer was saying out in the driveway, but he didn't believe it. He thought it was all bullshit knowing how his dad felt about her. Besides, Billy didn't want to think he could ever come between them, although he will. 1 hour later. Once William got Billy's text, he dropped what he was doing and came home. When he walks in, Billy greets him there at the door. What's up, Dad? What's going on, son? William heads for the fridge for a bottle of water. He looks at Billy when he asks, Is everything okay? Dad, I need to ask you something. William screws the cap back on the water in his hand and sets the bottle on the island in the kitchen after taking a drink. Billy, what is it? Billy takes a deep breath before he starts. Dad, before Jennifer left earlier, she told me something she claims came from you. I don't believe her, but Dad, do you love Jennifer? You know I do. She's everything to me. I know she is. That's why I was confused today after we talked. What did you and Jennifer talk about exactly? Asked William. Well, she said if I hadn't accepted her in the beginning, y'all relationship would have been over. You didn't tell her that, Dad, did you? Son, listen, that was a long time ago. You gave me your blessing, Jennifer and I moved forward, and now we're married. Everything worked out just how it was supposed to. Wait a minute, so you're saying what she told me today was true? Son, what I'm saying is, if you hadn't clicked with Jennifer, she and I wouldn't have clicked for much longer. Do you get where I'm coming from? And Billy, before you go any further with this, just know my love for her is indescribable. But you're my life. I could never continue with her or any other woman knowing you disapprove. You got it? Yeah, but no buts, Billy. Listen, son. I prayed with everything inside of me that you and Jennifer could learn to like each other. But if that didn't happen, I would have had some decisions to make. But everything worked out because it was meant to be. So you can stop worrying about that. Before throwing the half-empty bottle in the trash, William drinks a few gulps of water. I'm heading back to work. Dad. I love you, son. See you when I get home. Just like that, William leaves the house. He starts his F-150, backs out of the driveway into the street, and quickly drives out of sight. As he gets onto the freeway, he thinks more about his conversation with Billy. Until a minute ago, William didn't realize he was ready to let Jennifer go for his son. To him, the decision would have been a no-brainer. He can't picture life without Jennifer. But if a choice ever had to be made, William would still choose Billy. Chapter 9. 1 year later. The club is packed with family and friends, like when William and Jennifer married. They decided to have their anniversary party here since the wedding was so beautiful. Like last year, Apatha is running everything, ensuring the party is just as she envisions it should be. Initially, Jennifer told William that planning their first anniversary party should be her job. She even raised her voice at him a few times for giving Apatha his credit card and telling her to handle it as he'd always done when it came to something he didn't want to deal with. Jennifer was pissed until he wrapped the expensive tennis bracelet around her wrist that she'd been whining about since she saw it. After he closed the clasp on her new present, she was happy to let Apatha do whatever she wanted. After Apatha calls the first toast of the night, champagne glasses clank together, with the crowd toasting to William and Jennifer on their anniversary. Everyone yells, "Congratulations!" in unison before Billy stands up across the table from his father and stepmother. He clears phlegm from his throat as he rubs his sweaty hands together. "Dad, Jennifer, I'm happy. Scratch that. I'm honored to be a part of tonight because I believe what y'all have is something special. Sometimes people look a certain way on the outside to keep up appearances for everyone to see, but they're really living in hell. Well, I can tell everyone here tonight that isn't the case with you two. I've been with y'all every day for the past year, and I can see it's real." The room chuckles when Billy says, "I'm gonna sit down now because I'm not good at this, but I love you guys, and happy anniversary." Once Billy takes his seat, everyone starts to clap. Next, William stands up and speaks to Jennifer, telling her how much she means to him. Then, when Jennifer stands beside William, all eyes, including Billy's, are on her. Ronnie and Apatha sat across the table from them, with Ronnie staring at his nephew. Billy is watching Jennifer so intensely that his eyes seem to remove every thread in her dress right in front of the party. With Jennifer now up confessing her love for William, Ronnie thinks something is not quite right about how Billy looks at her, and the way he hugged her earlier. Ronnie felt he held her a little too long, almost as if he and Jennifer were the ones celebrating. After the toast, Ronnie still watches until William kisses Jennifer and walks off. He then leaps up after Billy and Jennifer head out of the back door. Billy, wait. Ronnie is too late. They're already gone. So he starts going through the crowd towards them until Apatha stops him. "Dance with me, Ronnie." "Apatha, this isn't about you tonight, Ronnie." Apatha smiles as she and Ronnie start to waltz around the room. "Apatha, I have to speak to Billy." "No, you don't." Apatha kisses him. She then rubs off her ruby red lipstick from his lips. "Look, Will's free. We haven't had a chance to talk with him all night." She grabs Ronnie's hand. "Come on, let's congratulate him before he gets occupied again." "All right." Ronnie follows Apatha, with his eyes pasted in the direction Billy and Jennifer disappeared 2 minutes prior. He had something to say, but it would have to wait. Later. "That was an awesome celebration," said Apatha as she slid out of her high heels. She then looks over at Ronnie and asks, "What is it? You were quiet at the club and in the car. Talk to me. What's wrong?" At first, Ronnie says, "Nothing," before he starts spilling it. "What the hell was going on at the club tonight, Apatha?" "As far as I know, we celebrated your brother and his wife's first wedding anniversary. We ate. We caught up with family we haven't seen since the wedding. We laughed, we cried, we danced, we hugged, we said our goodbyes, and now we're home. Did I miss something?" "Obviously." He quickly eyes her. "But you were whispering and carrying on with them too a few times." "With who?" With Ronnie just looking at her, she asks, "Are you talking about Billy and Jennifer?" "Yeah, I am." "Just like before they left out the club, you stopped." "Ronnie, I stopped you because it wasn't like that." "I know what I saw, Apatha." "No, you know what you think you saw.
But I wasn't about to let you embarrass yourself tonight, especially about something as crazy as Billy and Jennifer. Are you serious? Ronnie, where did you even come up with that? I caught Billy staring at her tonight. He was watching her with that look in his eyes. Apatha asks, "What look?" "That look that said, I hope no one asks me to stand up because my dick is all—" "Oh, Ronnie, stop that. Billy is a grown-ass man, not some horny preteen with an uncontrolled Woody." "Apatha, look, I was celebrating tonight with you and everyone else. I was right there with y'all all night." "Okay, what's your point, Ronnie?" "My point is, I was at the club tonight with my brother to celebrate his happiness, not to cause trouble or start a fight, but I know what I saw." "Well, a fight is exactly what you would have gotten if that wild imagination of yours would have kept running." "Wild imagination?" "Apatha, didn't you see anything strange with how Jennifer and Billy were acting? Come on now. He looked at her like she was his wife. And for the record, I didn't see her looking away." Apatha walks over to her purse and pulls out her cell phone. "Here, Ronnie. I want you to see something." He snaps. "What is it?" "I want to show you why Billy and Jennifer may have been acting strange, as you say." Ronnie looks at the screen of Apatha's cell phone to see a picture of a brand new, big, black, shiny Cadillac Escalade parked behind the club. Jennifer had William's anniversary gift delivered while the party was still going on. She said she wanted him out of that F-150, so she got him something else with her own money. "What?" "Yeah, that's the truck Jennifer got your brother." At first, Ronnie doesn't say anything. "Damn, why didn't y'all tell me about it?" "I told Jennifer not to tell you because you would have conveniently let it slip to William that he was getting a new truck, so no, we didn't tell you. Besides, Jennifer and I had it handled." "So Billy knew?" "He found out tonight. If you and I hadn't left the club an hour early, you would have too." Ronnie shakes his head and looks at William's anniversary gift plastered across the Apatha screen. "I thought... but the way I caught them looking at each other." "Ronnie, what you saw tonight was nothing. That's why I wasn't about to let you stir up something you couldn't backpedal out of." Ronnie's sad eyes look at her. "I feel like I owe an apology." "You don't. You're just a concerned brother, that's all. You don't have to apologize for that. But no, there's nothing for you to be worried about or concerned about when it comes to Billy and Jennifer. You know as well as I do that Billy would never cross that line. He has too much love and respect for William, and so does Jennifer." Ronnie hugs Apatha. "I know, and you're right. Thank you for stopping me tonight. I was in such a protection mode over William, I probably would have said something I didn't mean to say." Apatha grins. "You know I got your back." Ronnie and Apatha share a moment right in the center of their bedroom, as Ronnie's assumptions escaped through the open window. Apatha assured him there was nothing for him to be worried about when it came to Billy and Jennifer, and after she explained what was going on tonight at the club, Ronnie felt she was right. He let his accusations and what he thought he saw tonight at the club go for now.
Chapter 10. After his dad and Jennifer got in his new truck, Billy said goodbye to the family and left. When the girl he'd been sitting there texting all evening said she was at his house waiting for him, Billy got home even faster. He became excited when he pulled up and saw a little black Nissan at the curb. After he parked in the driveway, he hopped off his bike and waved his hand at her to come on. The young white girl gets out, closes her car door, and walks up to him. "It's about time you made it home, lover boy. I've only been waiting here for freaking ever." Billy yanks a fistful of blonde hair from the female switching in front of him. "Shut the fuck up and get your ass in there." When they make it to the kitchen, he spins her around and kisses her violently, sending his tongue straight for her tonsils. From the start, Kyla told Billy she'd like to be handled rough, and he was doing just that. Kyla Andrews is a short, curvy white chick from the university who's been crushing on Billy since first semester. Lately, she's been blowing his phone up, thirsty for some D, as she says, so here she is. With Billy licking and kissing all over her, she asks, "What took you so damn long? I thought the wet pussy pic I sent you on Snap would have made you come running." "Yeah, well, you thought wrong. I had some business to tend to." "A party for your daddy doesn't exactly qualify as business, sweetie." Billy takes off his shirt. "Oh yeah? And when did my business become any of yours?" Kyla squares off with him, looking at his crotch. She then looks back up into his eyes and answers, "The second I heard you had a big dick and knew how to use it." Billy grins before he pushes her into the counter. "Oh, Billy, baby, not that rough. No marks, remember?" Billy didn't care about leaving marks on her body. He just got wilder and ripped open her blouse. "Billy, you motherfucker, I want you so fucking bad right now I can taste it." "Shut up and turn around." Billy pushes Kyla onto the counter, face down, ass up. He snatches off the rest of her white blouse, leaving nothing but a red bra to cover her titties. He then grabs her hand and forces her to feel his manhood. "Is this what you came here for tonight?" "Fuck yeah. Give it to me. Give me all of it." "Yep." Billy lifts Kayla's little pink skirt, moves her thong to the side, and pushes himself inside her. She moans and squeals as Billy fucks her fast and deep. He's pumping the shit out of her while he thinks Kayla isn't the best piece of ass he's been in, but she'll have to do until he's finished. "Fuck me. Oh, Billy, oh God." When Billy feels himself about to bust, he pulls out of Kyla. He twirls her around so they're face to face. He then quickly pushes her body down, causing her to collapse to her knees. That's when he sticks his dick in her mouth. He holds the back of her head and starts drilling her mouth until he comes. Billy grunts and shakes one good time. He then takes himself out of Kayla's mouth, zips his pants, and goes to the fridge for a midnight snack as if nothing happened. It didn't matter to Billy how weird Kyla looked when he left her in the kitchen. She was just a groupie from school that he could care less about. She did what he needed, so now she can go. When Kyla put herself back together, the best she could, she headed into the den where Billy watched ESPN2 on the big screen. His eyes looked up at her, then back at the screen. He asks, "You good? You want a towel or something?" Disgusting behavior. She shrugs her shoulders when she replies, "No, I'm okay." With Billy giving her even less attention than he was giving the Toyota commercial running on the sports channel. He says, "You probably should get going. I don't want my dad and his wife to see you here this late. I try my best to respect my father's house." Billy fed Kyla the first excuse he could think of to get her out. William and Jennifer were headed to Fairbanks for the weekend, but he had to say something, anything, to get rid of her. "Yeah, I should go. My boyfriend would be pissed if he knew I was here." "You know, you're probably right." After turning the volume up on the television, he says, "Make sure you tell him I said what's up. And good game on Sunday." He winks at her. "Josh is one hell of a football player." "Whatever. Bye, Billy." Kyla rushes out of the house and slams the door to the garage. Billy stays on the couch even after he hears her tires screech away. What he did tonight wasn't right. He played Kyla for her body like he does all the other girls. He knows that's wrong, but he doesn't give a fuck. He had other shit to think about, like why he's still on hard. He grabs himself, about to text Kyla to come suck him off again, but he doesn't want head. Shit, he doesn't want Kyla. He turns off the TV and unbuttons his pants. He pulls his penis out and starts jacking it. He licks his lips, thinking about her titties and ass. Oh shit. Billy plays with himself, thinking about Jennifer. He had thought about her when he was inside Kayla, but not like this. Yeah, Jennifer, take that dick. Take it. Oh, fuck. Billy is about to come as he strokes himself. Damn, I want you so bad. Fuck. Jennifer, shit. Ah. After he comes in his hand, he heads to the bathroom to take a shower. 2 hours later, Billy climbs into bed. He's still not satisfied, but he's okay for now. As he lies there, he thinks, what am I doing? Why can I not stop thinking about her? My dad would kill me if he knew, but I like her though. Billy lies wide awake in bed as his mind runs free. He thinks he's tripping over Jennifer like this because of all the 1738 he drunk at the party. He knows how he gets off that shit, so he gives himself an excuse. I'm drunk, and I smoked a lot tonight, so I'm bugging. Yeah, that's it. Lying flat on his back with his fingers interlaced behind his head, His body finally relaxes. As he starts to drift off to sleep, he has one last thought about Jennifer before his eyelids close. I wonder if she thinks about me like this. Billy would be shocked to know she does. Chapter 11. Jennifer and William are back from their short getaway. William is so excited about his truck that he almost wanted to cancel the trip so he and Ronnie could enjoy his new Escalade, but Jennifer wasn't having that. She wanted to go somewhere fun for a week, but with William's work schedule, he could only take 2 days off. He promised her they'd go to the Bahamas later this year, so she was okay with just a weekend getaway for their anniversary. While they were away, they did have fun, but Jennifer could tell William was thinking about work the entire time, as he always is. She loves how attentive he is to all of her needs, including in the bedroom, but no matter how hard he tries to hide it, she can tell he's always someplace else. That started happening about a month after they got married. He would come home, kiss her on the cheek, grumble about being stressed, shower, and go to bed. At first, she just thought it was a bad work week and that it would pass, until it became a part of William's nightly routine. He has thousands of dollars in every account she's seen of his, though he works like the lights are about to get turned off. Jennifer looks over at the digital clock on the nightstand before she wakes up. It's 1:11 a.m. She yawns and then goes to get up until William snuggles closer to her. Where you going, baby? I'm just going to get some water. She rubs his hairy arm that's wrapped tightly around her waist. Go back to sleep, babe. I'll be right back. William is already snoring. After getting out of bed, she heads downstairs to the kitchen for a glass of water. She walks slowly through the semi-dark house, trying not to bump into anything she hadn't already grown familiar with. Once Jennifer made it down to the refrigerator, she reached for the water container. She doesn't bother to grab a glass a few feet away. Instead, she turns the Culligan pitcher up to her mouth and drinks right from the jug. However, she stops drinking when she hears a female's voice. Then she quickly dismisses it, assuming it's just Billy's TV. Jennifer grabs a handful of grapes from the vine in the fridge and heads for the stairs, but stops when she hears more sounds. She places the grapes on the island in the kitchen and turns towards Billy's room. She walks to his door and listens closely. That's when she hears movement, a giggle, and then a moan. Jennifer knows she needs to turn her ass around and leave, but she doesn't. She keeps listening, thinking, what's happening in there? She then decides to reach for his doorknob. She held her breath, not making a sound, as the door slowly opened. She didn't expect it to be unlocked, but was glad it was. Through the crack, she could see Billy lying on his bed with a dark-skinned, skinny chick between his legs. Jennifer watches her suck him like a pro as Billy's eyes roll upward, clearly enjoying the sloppy head. Jennifer stood in the same spot and watched on, suddenly feeling like her bare feet had been glued to the waxed hardwood floor. As she stands there in a trance, she wants to tell the girl to move over so she can suck on Billy too. Jennifer thinks, as she watches on. She's so into it that she doesn't notice Billy now watching her. Jennifer's eyes get big before she quickly closes his door and backs away. Shit! Did he see me? She felt bad because she shouldn't have been watching, but she couldn't help herself. She runs into the den and sits on the sofa with her short silk robe barely covering her ass. Sitting there in the dark, she can only think about Billy. She wonders why he looked at her the way he did as she stood in his doorway. I knew I shouldn't have gone to his door. And why was he looking at me like that? He probably thinks I was watching. I was watching. Why didn't I just leave before he saw me? Why was I even there? Jennifer jumps up from the leather sofa. Wait a minute. This is my damn house too. I can go into any room that I want to. The question is, why the hell did he bring some girl here? She thinks, I'm going to handle this. As she marches through the kitchen with her delusional thoughts about why she's going back to Billy's bedroom, leading the way. Jennifer tells herself she's about to confront him and that girl for disrespecting her and his father. She storms right to Billy's door and flings it open. Billy, look, you and your girlfriend are going to have to... Jennifer looks around, but doesn't see Billy or the girl he was with. His room was empty. Looking for me? Jennifer nearly jumps out of her skin when Billy's voice comes behind her. She spins around to him. He's wearing nothing but a pair of running shorts that shows his print. Jennifer tries not to stare. Where is your little friend? She's gone. I just walked her to her car. Jennifer opens her mouth like she's about to say something else, but nothing comes out. Instead, her eyes comb her half-dressed stepson one good time before she attempts to run off. Billy grabs her by the arm when she tries to pass him. Where are you going? You came back here for a reason, didn't you? Jennifer still has nothing to say. She just stands there frozen with her eyes as large as silver dollars. That's when Billy asks, Did you want to say something to me? What's up? She quickly answers, No, before snatching away from him. She then hurried for the stairs with him standing there leaning against his bedroom door, watching her. When Jennifer returns to her bedroom, she closes the door and locks it. Her chest heaves as her back rests against the wood. She's safe, back where she belongs. She just has to catch her breath. When she does, she steps toward the bed, but stops in her tracks, with William appearing right in front of her. Jennifer, where have you been? Chapter 12. The next day. William is so cheerful this morning, dressed and ready for work. Jennifer sits at the table dressed too, but she's not cheerful at all. She just sits there. Here you are, honey. Eggs over easy, French toast, and bacon. And I know, crispy, but not burnt, just like you like it. Now be careful, everything is hot. William places a plate full of his home cooking in front of Jennifer before he says, Billy must have had a late night. It's not like him to skip breakfast. William mentions his son as he buzzes through the kitchen and dining room. Jennifer, however, seems to be in another world because she doesn't say anything. Did you hear me, honey? Jennifer, did you hear me? She snaps out of it, shifting in her seat when William calls her name again. Jennifer? William, I don't know what Billy did last night. Maybe he did have a late night? How would I know? I was in bed before you were. Maybe he has a good reason he's not at breakfast this morning. Maybe he went out for an early morning jog or stopped and grabbed something on campus before his first class. Hell, I don't know. It's not a big deal that he's not here, though. You act as if we can't eat without him. Jennifer starts wringing her hands together. William, why would you say Billy must have had a late night, as if I would know what he did or where he was? Billy is a grown man. He doesn't need a babysitter, just like he doesn't have to eat every meal you or I prepare. Maybe he's not hungry. Maybe he wants to sleep late. I wouldn't know. William places a bowl of cheesy grits at the center of the table. He stops beside Jennifer's chair instead of rushing back into the kitchen. I wasn't asking about Billy anymore. I asked if you wanted orange juice or coffee with your breakfast. I haven't mentioned him since you ignored me the first 2 times I brought him up. Jennifer looks up at her confused husband, then back down to the table of food. So sorry, William. I didn't mean to snap at you. You're just tired. William speaks over her nervous, fumbled words. I know you didn't get much sleep last night. Jennifer doesn't look at him as she talks. You're right. I didn't get much sleep. Okay, so what's troubling you? When I came out of the bathroom last night, you were at our bedroom door looking like you'd seen a ghost. So what's going on? I know, Jennifer hesitates. Jen, if something is bothering you, you would tell me, wouldn't you? You know you can talk to me about anything, no matter what it is. I'm fine, William. I just have a big project I'm overseeing for a couple that just purchased a vacation lodge here in the city. Really? I didn't know you had taken on any new clients. Yes, it's going to be for the Waters family. They're from Philly. I just want to make sure everything is perfect for them. The lady I've been talking to, Lillian, loved the ideas I emailed her so far, so I'm hoping that the momentum stays and everything will go well. If I nail this account, this could mean a lot of new business for me. Everything will be fine, babe. You'll see. William is so gentle with her. Don't let it stress you out, though, okay? The Waters family will love you and all your ideas. William then reaches down and kisses Jennifer's forehead. Now, sit back and relax. I'm going to grab some silverware so we can eat. I'll be right back. This time, he passionately kisses her lips. Don't you move a muscle. Jennifer sits at the dining table alone. She eyes the breakfast William cooked as she thinks back to what happened last night. She hates herself because she was dead wrong. Billy is her husband's son. She wouldn't cross that line with him or any other man. She's a faithful woman, and she is happy with William, so she's good. When Jennifer hears footsteps behind her chair, she smiles. William, you are so good to me. The food looks and smells amazing. She takes a deep breath, ready to enjoy breakfast with her husband and stop beating herself up. Besides, nothing happened with Billy last night, so she had nothing to worry about. It's over. No harm done. Now, all she wants is to enjoy breakfast with the man she married, and she can't wait. But she'll have to. My father is still in the kitchen. Warm air shifts through her nostrils when she hears Billy's voice behind her. He strolls in as if he's the man of the hour, which he is, since she can't get him out of her head. Jennifer takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, grins as best she can, and says, I'm sorry. I thought you were William. Billy smirks. Okay. Here we are. I got napkins, silverware, orange juice, apple juice, and coffee. William juggles everything in his arms as his voice travels into the room before him. When he sees Billy sitting at the table, his face lights up. Well, good morning, son. I didn't think you would be joining us. I'm here, Dad. A little late, but I'm here. You know I would never miss breakfast. Billy's eyes land right on Jennifer when he says, it's the most important meal of the day. Well, I'm glad you could join us. For a minute, I thought Jennifer and I were eating alone, but I'm happy we're not. When William sits at the head of the table, he pops right back up. I forgot the biscuits in the oven. Jennifer quickly stands up. I'll grab them and some butter. William says, nonsense. Sit. I got it. Be right back. The dining room is quiet until Billy says, it's a real nice morning, ain't it? He then casually sips orange juice. Jennifer turns towards the dining room entrance, then back to Billy. We need to talk about last night. I didn't know there was anything for us to talk about. You know what happened, Billy. Don't play games with me or yourself. Billy cuts his eyes at Jennifer. Jennifer, if anyone's playing, it's you. Just like you came to my room last night. You opened my door, and you decided to stick around and watch. Jennifer turns to the entryway again before glaring back at Billy. She whispers, would you stop that? Your father is right in the kitchen. Here we are. As promised, William returned to the dining room with fresh piping hot biscuits and butter. When he sits down, he looks at Jennifer. Next, his eyes land on his son. He looks back at Jennifer when he asks, is everything okay? Everything is fine, honey. Jennifer's phony smile is front and center. William looks at Billy, who is already crunching on a piece of bacon. Son? Yeah, Dad? You okay? I'll be better when my plate is full. Well, then, let's eat. But first, let's say grace. William reaches for Jennifer's hand to his right, and then Billy's to his left. Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the food we're about to receive. We're grateful you've blessed us to have another meal on the table. And Lord, I'm especially grateful to share this meal with two people who mean so much to me. Please bless my son and my wife so their bodies shall be nourished by the breakfast I prepared. In the name of Jesus, I do pray. Amen. Billy lifts his head, lets go of his father's hand, and says, Amen. Now let's eat. William laughs at his hungry son as Jennifer sits stoic without reaching for any of the food in front of her. She's quiet, with William and Billy talking about sports, joking around, and making their plates. She then manages a real smile as she watches father and son. Any ill feelings she carried with her to breakfast towards Billy are suddenly gone. Right then, she promised never to think of last night again. Billy is her stepson, nothing more. She just became a little curious. The only man for her is and will always be William. His son is completely off limits. Or is he? Chapter 13. As William sits at his desk, hard at work, the intercom buzzes before he hears his assistant's voice. Mr. Majors? Yes, Kathy? Your brother Ronnie is here to see you. Shall I send him in?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Buzz me if you need me.
Ronnie starts joking with William when he enters his office. What's up with all this Mr. Majors jive? You don't allow your assistant to call you by your first name yet. She's only worked for you for the past 10 years. If she knows what's good for her, bro, she won't ever call me by my first name, even when she's talking about me behind my back. The brothers laugh, with Ronnie sitting in front of William's desk. I'm shocked to see you in the office. Usually you're in the store working your ass off until quitting time. Yeah, usually, but not today. I'm swamped in here. William looks up from his laptop. And what are you doing here during the week, in the middle of the day? Apatha put you out again? Ronnie laughs. You're a funny man, Will. The plant had a large spill a few hours ago, so the cleanup crew evacuated the entire building. And do I need an excuse to come visit my big brother? Not at all. I'm glad to see you. So how is everything? Everything is nice and in order, like it should be. It would be even better if my little brother would leave the steel plant and come work with me, but that's not going to happen. We discussed this. Family, business, and money never end well. William jokes. You sound like Apatha sitting over there. She's still running things after all these years? Bro, please. Apatha doesn't run anything but her mouth. As they laugh and chat, William's assistant interrupts them.
Mr. Majors?
Yes, Kathy?
Montgomery Morton from Morton Enterprises on line 3.
I'll take it. Thank you. William looks at his brother. I have to take this. Give me 1 second. Ronnie mouths, take your time. As William tends to his call, Ronnie's eyes wander around William's office. He admires all the plaques and awards in the glass case a few feet away. Ronnie is proud of William's accomplishments. He and his lumber company did well. Ronnie then focuses on a picture of Jennifer on the left side of William's desk. The joy and admiration he's feeling for his brother takes a back seat, while the anniversary party a few months ago drives his emotions to a place he wasn't trying to go. The photo of Billy to William's right didn't help matters. Kathy? William presses the intercom button after his business call ends.
Yes, Mr. Majors?
Morton Enterprises will send a business proposal directly to the company email. As soon as it gets here, buzz me.
Yes, sir, Mr. Majors.
Ronnie looks at William. Morton Enterprise, huh? I've read about that company in Business Week Journal a few times. Morton Enterprise is more than just a company, bro. It's a multi-million-dollar conglomerate. Oh, yeah? And what would they want with my rusty butt brother? William smiles as he starts pecking at the keyboard in front of him. Montgomery Morton is about to move Morton's Freight headquarters to Anchorage. He's building from the ground up and wants your Rusty Butt Brothers Lumber Company to supply all the materials. Morton Freight? You talking about that big trunking company out on the West Coast? Asks Ronnie excitedly. Yup, that's the one. Oh, Will, congratulations. This is huge. Thanks, but I haven't gotten the contract yet. We're still in the negotiation stage. For Anchorage Lumber to even be considered for a project like that is reason enough to celebrate. Come on, bro, get with it. William looks up from his laptop. His broad smile lights up his face. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. When I first got the call, I almost hit the roof. William's assistant's voice interrupts the brothers again.
Mr. Majors, a Mr. Charles Morton is on line 1.
Thanks, Kathy, I'll take it. William put one finger up to Ronnie. I have to take this. Give me 2 seconds. He then speaks into the receiver. Mr. Morton. Yes, sir, I'm well, thank you. How are you? As William takes his call, Ronnie waits patiently. He sits quietly, trying not to disturb William, but that would more than likely change when he got off the phone. Ronnie had something to get off his chest, though he told Apatha he wouldn't bring it up. When William's call ends, Ronnie asks, Everything okay? William nods. Oh yes, everything is fine. That was Morton's son confirming my flight schedule. I leave for LA tomorrow night. Nice, bro. How long you want to be out there? A week. I don't want to leave because I have so much work here, but it will make the time away worth it when I nail this. You got it, bro. I'm so proud of you. Here it comes. Will, I need to talk to you about something. Something that's been on my mind for a while now. Apatha wanted me to let it go, but you're my brother and I love you too much to do that. What is it, Ronnie? What's going on? Asked William calmly. William is glued to the work in front of him until his brother says, I need to talk to you about Billy and Jennifer. William quickly looks up. He takes off his glasses and lies them on his desk. His face turns serious. So does his demeanor. What about Billy and Jennifer? Will, I had something on my mind since you and Jennifer celebrated your anniversary a few months ago. Ronnie gets up and goes to the window, turning his back to William. I love my nephew as if he was my own son, and I would never try to hurt him in any way, Will. And you know that. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's just what, Ronnie? Talk to me. Obviously something is on your mind, so just tell me what it is. William, Billy and Jennifer, the night of the anniversary party, they seemed different. Okay, sang William. Different how? Different like, I don't think you know how those two really feel about each other. I don't think any of us know. Maybe I'm way off base and out of line, but I had to say something. I wish I could say you're wrong. Ronnie whirls around and faces William. Huh, what? So you feeling something too? I live in the same house with my son and my wife. I know firsthand how they act is nothing but an act. I know exactly what's happening and how those two are starting to feel about each other. They try to keep it from me, but I figured it out long ago. Ronnie hurries back over to William's desk and sits down. He speaks gently but concernedly when he confesses, Will, I wanted to tell you what I saw that night at the club. I wanted to come to you right at the party, but I didn't want you to be upset with me. William looks back at his laptop, cutting off eye contact with Ronnie. Why would I be upset with you? I know how Billy feels about Jennifer, just like I know how she feels about him. It's no secret, no matter how hard they try to pretend that it is. I'm sorry, William. Ronnie, don't apologize. It isn't your fault that my son and my wife hate each other. Ronnie's eyes pop back up to William. Hate each other? Will, what are you talking about? Ronnie, you know how I feel about Billy, and you also know how I feel about Jennifer. That's probably why it took you so long to say anything, but it's okay. Really. I believe the three of us can work through this. Whoa, William, I think you misunderstood what I see the way they act when I come around. I've been seeing it all year. William cuts in before Ronnie can finish. They smile at each other. They are polite. They sometimes laugh at each other's jokes, but I know the real deal. I see the way Jennifer tenses up whenever Billy comes around, and I know how Billy tries to avoid Jennifer whenever she's home. They'll never tell me how they feel because neither wants to hurt me, so they try to get along. But I know my son can't stand Jennifer and probably wishes she wasn't around, but for my sake, he tolerates her. And honestly, I don't think Jennifer's position is much different from his. She just keeps the peace for me, though. Ronnie shakes his head aggressively. No, William, I don't think you understand what I mean. I think Jennifer and Billy... Mr. Majors? It's that damn assistant again. Yes, Kathy?
Mr. Ewing from Ewing Trust Development is here for your 2 o'clock meeting. He's already in the conference room.
Ronnie watches him as he answers his assistant, and for a split second, William seems relieved by the interruption. Ronnie thinks, what's that about? Okay, I'll be right there. William jumps up from his desk. He grabs his suit jacket and heads for the door, but stops and turns towards his brother before he exits his office. Ronnie, forgive me for cutting our visit short, but I have to go. I forgot all about this meeting with the developers this afternoon. Why don't you and Apatha swing by the house when I return from my trip so we can have dinner? I'll order the buffet from the Chinese place. William grins. They'll come, set all that shit up, and break it back down when we're finished just like they did last time. So come over to the house when I get home. It'll be fun. Well, Will and Ronnie, about what we talked about. Don't worry. Everything between my wife and son will work out. You'll see. Before Ronnie can get a word out, William is gone. He vanished to the other side of his office door within seconds. No more than a minute later, Ronnie's cell phone starts to ring. He looks at his screen, ready to hit ignore, until he sees Apatha Majors. Ronnie's voice is cold when he answers, "Hello." He doesn't smile when he speaks to Apatha as he usually would. His tone is flat and to the point when he says, "What is it, Apatha?"
Well, good afternoon to you too, Ron. Where are you?
"I'm with William."
Oh, tell him I said hello.
He just left out of his office for a meeting.
Oh, okay. I need to catch up with him. I haven't seen him or Billy since...
"How do you know I wasn't at work?"
Well, your union rep just called the house phone and said it was okay for you and the crew to return to the plant first thing in the morning. He said the chemical spill has been handled. The plant just needs to air out overnight.
He's short. "Okay."
Ronnie, what's wrong with you?
He hesitates before "I was about to tell him, Apatha," comes tumbling out of his mouth.
You were about to tell who what?
"William, the anniversary party. I want him to know how I felt and what I saw that night."
My God, Ronnie, that was ages ago. Why in the hell are you bringing that up now? I thought we agreed that this would stay between me and you.
"Apatha, I can't unsee what I saw, and now it's starting to bug me."
Ronnie, why don't you come on home, hun? Whatever you haven't said to William, please keep it that way.
"I can't keep this from him, Apatha, not any longer. I should have said something then."
Said something about what? Ronnie, would you leave this alone? I don't have time to help fix you and William once he blows up at you like you know he will when you bring that foolishness to him. Besides, I already told you what all that was about between Jennifer and Billy at the club that night. Hell, I was in on the surprise for William. Does that mean I want Jennifer too?
Ronnie turns his nose up. "Apatha, would you stop that shit? I just want to ensure everything is okay with William, but something is telling me it's not. He was acting different, like he feels something too." Apatha asks,
Something like what? About Billy and Jennifer? Oh, Ronnie, stop.
"Apatha, I know him. He was acting like, I don't know. He just was acting strange when I started talking about them. He kept cutting in like he didn't want to hear what I had to say. He then fed me some bullshit ass story about Jennifer and Billy not getting along. And the next thing I knew, he was gone. He tried hiding it, but I could see it all over his face. Apatha, I'm telling you, something is going on."
Well, if it makes you feel better, Ronnie, I'll talk to Jennifer. I won't pry, but I'll try and ask the right questions. That help put all this to bed so we can move past it?
Ronnie relaxes, hoping he's just worried over nothing. He still has questions, though. "You talk to her, Apatha, not interrogate, okay?" She laughs.
You come on home so I can interrogate you. And no, nothing is happening between Billy and Jennifer.
Ronnie thinks, "I sure hope you're right," as he heads down the long hallway.
Chapter 14. 2 days later. As he heads to his bathroom, Billy yawns, groggy and still half asleep. His bare feet drag across the floor with him wiping his eyes. When he gets in the bathroom, he doesn't bother turning on the light. He just stands over the toilet and relieves himself. After flushing and washing his hands, he heads out. When he gets back in bed, he grabs his phone before pulling the comforter over his head. All he can make out on his screen is 5:44 a.m. at the top. He was about to get on Instagram until he got a notification. He blinks a few times, trying to see it, but still unable to make out anything but the time. After a few seconds, he looks at the notification again and sees it's from Jennifer's Facebook page. When he clicks on it, there's a pic of her blowing a kiss at the camera with the caption, "Day 1 without my hubby. Pray for me, y'all." William left for LA last night after dinner. Billy and Jennifer helped him pack for almost 4 hours before Billy drove him to the airport. When he got back home, he figured Jennifer was already asleep because he didn't hear a peep out of her all night. Though he had to be in class at 8, he stayed on the game until 4. Now he's tired as hell and ready for at least another hour of sleep. He thinks, "God damn," looking at the bikini pic she posted last year while she and William were in Bora Bora. Billy has seen this picture at least 100 times, but he's looking at it like it's the first. He swipes to another bikini pic, and then another. I'm getting off here. Billy feels himself getting turned on, so he comes out of Jennifer's photos. He was about to click on the video she posted a few nights ago, but he doesn't. He clicks his phone off and rolls over. He closes his eyes, but doesn't give himself time to fall back asleep. He rolls right back over, grabs his phone, and returns to Facebook. He clicks on the video Jennifer posted of her lobster 3 nights ago when she was out with his dad. He then clicks on another video of them kissing at the table in the restaurant. Billy spends the next hour going through Jennifer's posts, photos, and stories. As he's watching one of her old videos, he hears her upstairs. He ignores it the first time, but when he hears her again, he clicks his phone off and gets up. He's naked, so he keeps his comforter around him. When he opens the door, he pokes his head out first, then slips out of his room. He's quiet as he walks through the kitchen to the stairs. Once he gets up there, he still doesn't make a sound. He peeks around the corner before he gets in the hallway. He sees the TV light from his dad's bedroom, but doesn't hear anything. He inches closer, peeking through the crack in the door. The bedroom is empty, so he tiptoes in. That's when he hears the shower. He goes over to the bathroom door with his phone in his hand. He thinks, she'll never know, as he takes a picture of Jennifer bathing behind the shower doors. Through the etched glass, he can't see anything but her soapy naked silhouette, which turns him on even more than her bikini pictures a minute ago. He thinks, oh my God. As he keeps watching, he grabs himself as he walks closer. His mind tells him to leave and return to his room, but he can't stop moving closer to the shower. When Jennifer starts to sing a Brandy song, Billy lies his phone down on the sink and drops the comforter. He's about to take the biggest risk of his life, but in that moment, he feels Jennifer is worth it. Billy takes a deep breath before opening the shower door. At first, Jennifer screamed like he was holding a butcher knife. Ah! Billy! She then tries to cover her soapy body. Her right hand lands over her vagina area, with her other arm and hand covering her breasts. Boy, what are you doing in here? Get out! She then looks Billy up and down. It was so quick he almost missed it, but he caught that look. He also notices that Jennifer is no longer irate. She's still covering her private parts with her ass against the wall, but she stops screaming. I'll be out in a minute. Please leave. Billy keeps his eyes on her when he steps into her shower. Billy, what are you doing? She looks up at him, now standing right in front of her. You have to get out of here. She swallows hard. Now, please, go. Yeah, all right. Right then, Billy closes his eyes and kisses Jennifer deeper than William kisses her. At first, she stepped back and slapped him. Billy, are you crazy? He could tell she wasn't as upset as she was acting, so he stepped up to her and kissed her again. This time, she doesn't stop him. She just throws her arms around him, kissing him back. Now they are all over each other. Their kisses smack through the air until Billy stops and spins her around. As he positions himself, Jennifer says, Billy, we shouldn't, we can't. He thinks about stopping and going back downstairs until he feels how wet she is. Then it was on from there. When he slid inside of Jennifer, her hands held the wall. She starts bouncing as he fucks her. Billy, ah! Jennifer grabs her nipples as he holds onto her hips. Oh, fuck. Billy is finally doing to Jennifer what he's fantasized about since they met. And it feels so good that his knees buckle, but he doesn't stop. He goes faster, grabbing her hips tighter. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, Billy, ooh, stop, shit. The way Jennifer is throwing that pussy back at him, he knows she doesn't want him to stop. Oh, fuck. Shit. Billy comes deep inside of Jennifer with her working him until she gets hers. Billy, don't stop. When she starts to climax, she holds the wall with both hands and pushes back on him. Oh, Billy. When they're finished, Billy quickly pulls his dick out of her. That's when Jennifer spins around and asks, "What's wrong?" "Nothing." She looks worried, but he doesn't. With his heart still beating fast, he kisses her like he did when he first got in here. Jennifer backs up and says, "Billy, please, you can't tell anybody, like, no one, ever." When he reaches in for another kiss, she stops him. "I'm serious, Billy. We just got carried away, but that's it. We can't do it again, and nobody can ever know, okay?" Billy says, "All right," before his tongue is back in her mouth. Chapter 15. A few days later, Jennifer is cooking all of William's favorites. Usually, she sits back and lets him do all the cooking, but not today. He's had a long flight from LA, so she just wants dinner and everything else to be perfect. He called about 20 minutes ago and said his plane just landed, so it wouldn't be long before he was home. All morning, Jennifer has been cleaning their already spotless house. She changed out the plug-ins, mopped the kitchen floor, and ran vacuum lines in the living room carpet, just the way William liked it. All that's left is for her to start praying over what she's done. "Father, I stretch my hands to thee." Jennifer, honey, where are you?" She thinks, "Shit, I'm not finished," as William calls out for her from the foyer. Before she leaves the kitchen to go to him, she says another prayer, but nothing long and drawn out like she started before. This time she utters 5 simple words she hopes make it up to heaven. "Lord, please save my marriage." "Honey, I'm home, baby. Where are you?" "William." Jennifer takes a deep breath, smiles, and comes out of the kitchen wearing a pink polka dot apron. She runs to William the second she sees his face, kissing all over him. He smiles when he says, "Hey, I missed you too, babe. I'm so glad you're home. Even though we always talked, I missed you so much. Those 6 days felt like 6 months. Jennifer hugs him as tight as she can. "I love you." "Babe, I wanted to burst through the windshield when the Uber pulled up to the house just to get to you." He looks into her eyes. "I love you, woman. You know that, right?" "Of course I do, William." "Good, because everything I'm doing right now, including all of the changes I'm making with the company, is for us. So I don't want you to ever feel like I'm neglecting you or putting work ahead of our marriage, because that's not the case." "William, I'm fine. I know you're a hardworking man. I knew that when I married you, so I'm used to it. I will admit, the nights got a little long without you being here, but it was nothing a nice long hot bubble bath and a good movie couldn't cure." William kisses Jennifer's lips before taking her back up into his arms. "I'm just glad to be home." He then sniffs the air. "Something smells good. Damn. You cooking?" Jennifer smiles before she tells him, "Just go freshen up for dinner. I made all your favorites: steak, mashed potatoes, green beans cooked just like you like them. And I got the recipe from Apatha for her baked mac and cheese." William lights up. "That's it. That's what I smell." He then throws his arms around her. "You are so good to me, baby." He kisses her before he grabs his bags and heads for the staircase. "I'll be back down." "Okay, everything will be ready for you." When Jennifer returns to the kitchen, she feels so guilty, worse than before. She didn't think it would be this hard to face William after she fucked his son in his shower, but she was wrong. She thinks, I have to forget about that," as she takes the pan of macaroni and cheese out of the oven. It was just once. As Jennifer tosses the salad she just pulled from the refrigerator, William comes up behind her and wraps his arms around her waist. "What was just once, babe?" She quickly sucks back the tears she can feel in her eyes and throws a big smile on her face. "What do you think you're doing, sir?" She giggles. "I'm fixing dinner." "I haven't seen you in almost a week. I'm on dessert more than dinner." Jennifer turns to him. "You'll get dessert soon enough," before pecking his lips. "And everything is almost ready." As she turns back to the salad, William asks, "Honey, have you seen Billy? I texted his phone to tell him I was home and wanted to see him, but he hasn't responded." Jennifer lies the wooden spoon down and picks up the glass of wine she'd been sipping on, hoping it would help her cotton mouth.
It doesn't, but she answers him anyway. William, I don't know where Billy is, she says. I didn't see much of him while you were gone, making sure to choose her words wisely. Jennifer, come here. Sit with me. William leads her to the stool at the counter. Baby, I haven't quite figured out how to address this, but we have to talk about it. What is it, William? I know what's going on between you and my son. William, what are you... Jennifer, babe! When Jennifer's glass hits the floor, William quickly grabs a fistful of paper towels. I'm sorry. Stay right there until I get this up. When he picks up large chunks of glass, he says, Be careful, with Jennifer's eyes on him. As he wipes up the liquid by her feet, Jennifer says, William, I love you. He stands up and says, I love you too, before he throws the glass and wet paper towels away. He then wraps his arms around Jennifer as she starts to cry. Hey, Jennifer, what is it? What's wrong with you? William, I don't want to lose you. Babe, calm down. He moves her hair out of her face. Why would you think you would lose me? Listen, we just have to work through this, okay? You, Billy, and I are a family. Whether he's here with us, on campus, or off somewhere starting his own family, we're still family. I don't know what to say. Before you sold your condo, you were adamant about him moving there. But as I told you then, I wanted him here with me until he finishes school. I know you don't want him here, but he's not going anywhere, and neither are you. Jennifer turns her back to him, her arms landing across her breast. William, I'm lost. My brother and I talked about this last week. I wanted to bring it up to you and Billy before I left for LA, but I didn't know how. Babe, I know a wedge has grown between you and my son, but neither of you wants to hurt me, so you try and get along. And I know you're afraid that I'm going to choose Billy over you, which means our marriage will be over, but that's not where this is going. I lost my first wife. I don't want to lose you too. So I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Neither are you. You and Billy are both important to me. So I don't have to choose. I just want my family, so I'm not alone. Jennifer hugs him tight. You're never going to be alone, okay? You always have me. And my son. Before Jennifer responds, she looks right at Billy, who has just walked up behind William. He doesn't say anything to his father as he glares at Jennifer. He gives her a look that tells how mad he is, but neither of them speak a word to the other. All of a sudden, William whirls around to the doorway. William, what's wrong? Jennifer asks nervously. By the time William turned around, Billy was gone. He had disappeared before William could catch a glimpse of him. Nothing, I just thought I heard Billy. William turns back to Jennifer. It's not important. He and I will catch up later. Right now, you and I have some catching up of our own to do.
Chapter 16. The next morning. Jennifer is in the driveway, bright and early. She took off her bonnet but was still in her robe. She's standing in front of the garage smoking a cigarette. She never smokes unless she is super stressed or super nervous. Right now, she's both, watching Billy drive down their street. She was in his face when he parked and jumped off his bike. Where have you been? I've been texting you all night. Billy takes off his helmet and lays it on the seat. To his surprise, Jennifer was standing outside in the driveway, where she'd clearly been for a while, judging by all the cigarette butts at her feet. Billy huffs. So you and my dad took a break long enough for you to think about me. That's what's up. Billy is just arriving home after being out all night. He took off when he saw Jennifer and his father in the kitchen yesterday. He was so mad he decided to rent a cheap room at a motel on the other side of town so that he wouldn't have to go back home. When he arrived, he thought the bottle and the girl he invited to the room would take his mind off seeing his dad and Jennifer together. Billy was being extra rough with the date he'd met on Tinder soon after he got the room. He had his way with her while chugging liquor right from the bottle. He was mad and drunk. So, when he got wild with the girl who said she just wanted to come to his room and talk, Billy thought, fuck talking, before he snatched her shirt off. When they started fucking, Billy thought about Jennifer and his dad hugged up the whole time. He couldn't get that shit out of his head no matter how much he drank or how many nuts he busted. The liquor didn't work. The pussy he was in didn't work either because he couldn't get his mind off Jennifer. Last night, Billy tried to convince himself that she and his dad went to bed after dinner and a bottle of wine, but he knew that wasn't the case. As much as he didn't want to think about it, he couldn't stop. Painfully, he imagined all the nasty things they were probably doing to each other, play by play. It was as if he was right in the room, in the same bed with them, which made him want to vomit. After those nasty images flashed in his mind, he suddenly stopped and climbed out of the girl before she could finish. He then asked her to get dressed and leave. The girl was into it and didn't want Billy to stop. She even told him she loved how he felt inside her, but that didn't help. He still told her to go. Now, 10 hours later, he's back home, and Jennifer is pissed. She pulls the belt of her robe tighter when she asks Billy, "Where were you last night?" "Why?" "I texted you a few times. You didn't text back. You always text back." "Not last night. I was busy." "Doing what?"
Does it matter? You've been screaming it was only one time for the last few days to pretty much let me know it's not happening again between us, which I'm cool with. No big deal.
Billy casually steps around her and heads into the house. Jennifer is about to go after him when she spots Apatha's car turning onto the block. Shit! What does she want? When Apatha pulled into the driveway, she hopped out and greeted Jennifer. "Hey Jen, child, what are you doing out here so early?" She looks at Jennifer and quickly asks, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine. I was just picking up the paper." Jennifer flashes Apatha a phony smile, thinking, "Ma'am, please leave. I'm busy. Bye." She didn't show her any attitude, though. Instead, Jennifer is pleasant. After they hugged, she asked, "How have you been, Apatha? I haven't seen you or Ronnie in a while." "I know. We've both been so busy." "We definitely need to catch up." "Well, that's kind of why I'm here. I was in the neighborhood, so I decided to stop by, hoping we can meet later and have dinner tonight." That sounds like fun. Let me check with William and see what his schedule is looking like for tonight." Apatha looked down the street when she noticed the paperboy starting his route. Next, her eyes go to Billy's bike. "Jennifer, I thought you said you were out here getting the paper. He hasn't even made it down here yet. And where is Billy? Wasn't he standing out here with you a minute ago?" Apatha waits for an answer as Jennifer tries to think of one. "I thought I heard the paper hitting the garage door, so I came out. I guess I was wrong." "Okay. And Billy? Where is he?" "Probably still sleeping. I'll tell him you stopped by. If William can make it tonight, maybe Billy will come too. We can make it a family night." "How about tonight we make it just me and you?" "That would be great." "What time?" Jennifer says 7, even though she knows she will text Apatha and cancel before she can even make it off their block. She is in no mood for her, Ronnie, or family time. All she wants right now is Billy. 7 it is. I'll be there. Apatha looks over at Billy's bike as she heads back down the driveway to her car. Clearly, she has more that she wants to say, but she keeps walking and doesn't say anything else. Once Apatha is finally gone, Jennifer sprints into the house. She closes the garage door and enters through the kitchen. She's looking for Billy but doesn't have to look far because he's standing by the door waiting for her. When she sees him, she doesn't say anything, neither does he. They don't talk, just kiss. Next, they quickly tear off what little they were wearing right in the center of the kitchen. Billy buries his head in Jennifer's big titties. She grabs his hard-on. He reaches for her pussy. It's about to happen again. Billy has been trying to get at Jennifer since it happened the first time, but she wasn't having it. The following day after they had sex, she texts Billy it was only once, when he asked if he could come upstairs. She then blocked him because he wouldn't stop. However, she unblocked him last night after William fell asleep. He was all horned up and ready to go before dinner, but he was out for the night after they ate. That's when she got to texting Billy. He asks, "Why did you text me last night?" looking into her eyes. You know why. He starts kissing her again. They then move to the dining room, heading for the couch in the living room. But they don't make it. They're kissing and licking each other when they tumble right there on the dining room floor. Jennifer laughs as Billy lands on top of her. You don't want to go upstairs? Billy says, no, guiding himself inside her. They start to have sex right there. It's just as nasty as when they did it in the shower, except the nerves and shock have turned into passion. Oh, Billy, that's it, don't stop. Just as they were getting into it, they heard something. They both jump when they realize it's the garage door cables creaking up. Seconds later, Jennifer could hear footsteps clapping on the cracked concrete in the garage as she lay under Billy. He can hear the footsteps too. Then abruptly, the door leading to the kitchen opens. It's William. He came home after his morning meeting was canceled. He left Jennifer a message about 20 minutes ago telling her he would take her to breakfast and maybe catch a matinee, but she didn't get it. When William enters the kitchen, he stops in his tracks. He doesn't move a muscle. Instead, he yells, Billy! William's voice can be heard 3 blocks over, shouting his son's name. He is beyond furious, and he had a damn good reason to be. Chapter 17. Apatha sits on the couch with her tablet in her lap. Since returning home from William and Jennifer's, she's been intensely searching the web. She snooped around for information on Jennifer when William first introduced them to her. But nothing like what she's doing now. After spending $29.99 on the People Search website, Apatha's eyes are glued to the screen as she types in JENNIFER PAYNE. She chips her teeth when she sees the same info off Google pop up here, which isn't telling much. There were employment dates when she worked at the hospital, her age, birthday, telephone number, old address in Wasilla. Hell, even her eye color popped up. But that's it. Apatha knows she has dark brown eyes, but doesn't know much else. Jennifer and William have always seemed open without holding secrets from the family, but something is starting to feel off to Apatha. She thinks, you lied to me about Billy today, Jennifer. So what else are you lying about? As she searches using Jennifer's surname, Majors. After another $29.99, still nothing. Right then, Apatha grabbed her phone and called Ronnie. He's rushed when he finally picks up. Apatha, I'm on the line. I know, Ron, but I wanted to tell you about Jennifer real quick. What about her? I went by there earlier, like you wanted me to do. And what, Apatha? You know I don't have long to talk. What's up? She lied to me. When I pulled up, she and Billy were outside, but when I asked where he was, since he was gone by the time I parked, she lied and said he was still sleeping. I don't know, Ronnie. Something is starting to feel weird. You know how Billy is. Sometimes he'll dodge me if I see him out, so he doesn't have to speak. It just depends on what day it is. No, Ronnie. The way Jennifer looked this morning, I think there's more to it. Standing out there smoking those nasty-ass cigarettes. William said she smokes sometimes. Lying. She knew damn well that paper boy hadn't come yet. She don't read no paper, no way. Hello? I know she doesn't. And are you sure you saw Billy out there with her? I'm positive, Ronnie. I saw this boy clear as day. Red flag. I would say. The phone line goes quiet before Ronnie exclaims, I'm going to see William. Ronnie, wait. No, Apatha. I'll call you back. I need to tell my boss I have to leave. And then I'm going right to William's goddamn office. I'm tired of this shit with Jennifer and Billy already. And I won't have it. They are not going to hurt my brother. Not if I can help it. Apatha keeps her voice calm, though she's starting to panic, listening to how upset Ronnie is. Ron, no, hun. I need you to calm down. I didn't call to upset you. Calm down? Apatha, no good can come of whatever's going on over there. So I want to take care of it now so it doesn't fall back on William. Then let me talk to him. What? No. I need to be the one. I'm his brother. He'll listen to me. He'll listen to me too, Ronnie. Just let me handle it, okay? When he gets all upset And red in the face, let him take that out on me, not you. Got it? Ronnie reluctantly says, I got it, Apatha. I'm going to let you handle it for now, but... No buts. I got it. Majors, you're needed back on the line. With his boss hounding him in the background, Ronnie tells Apatha, I have to go. You're staying at work, right? I told you. I'm going to let you talk to him. I'm not going to interfere. But if you can't handle it, I will take over. Deal. I love you. I'll see you when you get home. Apatha pays the fee to another search site when she hangs up. But there's nothing here on Jennifer either. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about you, Jennifer. She lays her tablet down and gets up. She stands there for a moment thinking, Ronnie was right. Billy, no good can come out of this. If you're doing what I think you're doing with your daddy's wife, boy, he'll kill you. Apatha picks up her phone and quickly dials. When the voicemail comes on, she leaves a message. Billy, it's Auntie. Call me when you get this. It's important. Chapter 18. William throws shaving cream, a razor, and an unopened toothbrush into a small black bag. He and Jennifer are going on a short getaway tomorrow night, so he started packing now so he won't have so much to do when he gets off. He wants to go tonight, but has an early day tomorrow, so they have to wait. When William pulls the bottle of Viagra out of the top drawer, he quickly puts it in the black bag and zips it. That's when he started to think about Jennifer and the last time they had sex. When he entered her the night before last, she felt different. At one point, William couldn't feel anything as he slopped around in his saliva inside of her. Her pussy was deeper, definitely wider, and dry. Even after he ate her out and sucked on her clit, he still had to spit on his hand and rub it on his penis before he got some. He thinks, since I've been back from LA, it feels like 1,000,000 men have been inside you. What's up with that? William snaps out of his head when Billy walks up to his bedroom door. He says, Hey, son, after Billy speaks. What's going on, Dad? Where you going? Jennifer and I are going to the Marriott on the docks downtown. Billy quickly asks, When? Tomorrow night. Why? William grins when he looks at Billy. Because she's my wife, son, and I want to get away with her for a night. He jokes, Is that okay with you? With Billy looking at him stone-faced. It's cool. I was just wondering why, since it's not your anniversary or a birthday. Anyway, I'm about to leave. He pauses for a moment. I won't be out of my physics class until after 9. I know you'll be asleep by the time I get home, so I just came up to say... William asks, To say what, boy? When Billy's voice trails off. Billy's eyes sink to the floor, and then back to his father when he says, Good night. I just wanted to say good night. Good night, son. When Billy turns to leave, William says, Have a good evening in class. Billy throws up the peace sign and keeps walking, with William having to catch himself. He thought to grab him, spin his ass around and shout, Nigga, are you fucking my wife? But he doesn't. Instead, he tells himself he's crazy for even thinking that. Jennifer's body is starting to feel different, but it has nothing to do with Billy. Besides, he knows if he needs to see something, he'll see it and deal with it then. But for now, he's keeping his cool while keeping his eyes open. William thinks Billy would never do him like that anyway. And Jennifer loves him, so neither will she. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that he's starting to think she's cheating on him with somebody. He hoped she wasn't, but he prayed it wouldn't be with his son if she were. William stops packing when he notices Jennifer's wedding band lying on her vanity. He picks it up and just looks at it. If you would ever hurt me like that with my boy, I will take your ass out of here, Jennifer. And him too. Don't fuck with me. Moments later, William can hear Jennifer coming in downstairs. That's when he starts to put her ring down and starts packing another small bag before she makes it up to the bedroom. Hey, honey. Jennifer gives him a big hug and a kiss. I'm so excited. I just got off the phone with Lillian Waters. Remember the new clients from Philadelphia that I was talking about? Yeah, her husband is a judge or something like that? Yes, that's them. Well, you are about to be so happy and proud of me. What's going on, babe? I didn't want to tell you yesterday because I wanted to wait for the check. She said she overnighted to get here. Jennifer pulls a courier envelope out of her bag. She then pulled a check out of the envelope and handed it to William. She wants a new stainless steel range hood for the stove and light maple kitchen cabinet doors. And can you guess where the materials are coming from? William looks at the $25,000 check made out to Anchorage Lumber. Wow, really? You recommended the company? I sure did. This is awesome, babe. Right? I told her to make the check out to my husband since you'll be handling the range hood and her kitchen cabinets. I'm so happy because she said there's a lot more where that came from to finish their new cottage. Jennifer looks at William's face when she asks, Aren't you excited, baby? What's wrong? William looks at the check for a few more seconds before folding it up and putting it in his pocket. His somber face forces a big smile when he says, Of course I'm excited, Jen. This is out of sight, baby. We can celebrate tomorrow night. Yes, and I can't wait. Me neither. William's fake smile vanishes when they hug as he holds Jennifer tight. Chapter 19. Later. After Billy gets out of class, he is furious. He was mad before he left home, but not like this. Since he's been gone, he's texted Jennifer at least 15 times, but she didn't respond. He could tell by how his messages to her suddenly turned green again that she blocked him, which really pissed him off. She says she does that when William looks at her and her phone suspiciously, wondering who is blowing her up when he starts texting like crazy. That's what she says, but Billy knows that's a lie because she blocks him even when his father is not around. He believes it's probably so she can control him in their relationship more. Billy thinks, we'll see about that, as he turns onto their street. As he drives, he looks up at his father's bedroom window with a scowl on his face under his helmet. The lights were out, meaning he was asleep. Billy hoped so he wouldn't have to see William again tonight. When he went to his room earlier, he was about to tell him what was happening between him and Jennifer, but he got scared. He said he was just coming up to say goodnight since he would be in class late, but that was a lie. Billy was ready to tell him everything because he's tired of hiding and lying to his dad. It was starting to bug him. His grades are slipping, and so is he. But he won't let a few F's stop what he and Jennifer have. Not now, not ever. So he wants to tell his father, clear his conscience, and live peacefully with her for the rest of his life. That's how he planned it out, but he can imagine how bad things will end once he tells his father the truth. When Billy gets into the house, he goes to his room. He sits on his bed for a minute and pulls his phone out. He goes to Jennifer's text feed to see his messages are still green. Why would she block me? But that's okay. All the game playing she's about to stop when I tell my dad about us. I should have told him earlier, but I couldn't. I'm ready now. Billy throws his phone down and gets up. He marches out of his room and to the stairs. His teeth are gritting together just thinking about what he's about to do. His fists are balled up too. He's been like this since earlier, when he had worked up enough courage to tell William but quickly changed his mind. He says, Not this time, as he takes the stairs 2 at a time. When he gets upstairs, his father's door is closed. Billy didn't care. He knocked hard like the police, with his fist still balled. He looks like he's ready to beat William's ass over Jennifer, but before he can entertain that thought, he knocks again, this time even harder. Dad, I have to talk to you. Billy sees red when he turns the knob, and the door is locked. What the hell is going on in there? He knocks again. Dad, open up. We need to talk. His voice gets louder when he says, It's about Jennifer and me. His stomach dropped as he thought about what he just said. It was as if he had swallowed concrete because he felt himself sinking to the floor. But he didn't let that stop him. He stood there like a man, waiting for his father to come to the door. But he didn't. Neither did Jennifer. He had worked himself up so much that he foolishly kicked the bottom of the door like he used to when he was a kid. Daddy, I need to... When he hears a car pull up out front, Billy stops and runs to the hallway window. When he looks out, he sees his father getting out of Jennifer's passenger seat. Next, she gets out of the driver's side. She's carrying a plastic bag from a restaurant Billy has never heard of before. They're both all dressed up and smiling so big. William is laughing too at whatever Jennifer is out there saying to him. Billy watched them until Jennifer put the key in the front door. When they came in, she went to the kitchen with William heading upstairs. Billy dipped back behind the wall as his father walked up. When he saw him about to go into his bedroom, he stepped forward, took a deep breath, and was about to tell him everything. But William stopped him when he started calling for Jennifer. Babe, why is this door locked? William watched Jennifer quickly come up the stairs with her keys in her hand. Remember, I told you last week the lock sticks if you close the door too hard. When she gets upstairs, she says, You must have shut it hard before you left. William said, Probably so. I'll fix it later this week. When Jennifer unlocked the door, she was ready to head back downstairs, but William grabbed her. Where do you think you're going? She smiles. I was putting my leftovers in the fridge, and then I'm going to load the dishwasher. It's a sink full of dirty dishes down there. William says, That can wait, kissing all over Jennifer. She giggles as he pushes her into their bedroom. William, stop. After they close the door, Billy comes from behind the wall, mocking Jennifer. William, stop. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Billy stands at their door, listening to her flirting and laughing. He looks like he's in a trance as he stands there quietly. I should tell him right now, but I'm gonna wait till witnesses are around in case he tries to go crazy on me. Billy didn't want to admit it, but he lost his nerve again. Seeing his dad a minute ago made him rethink all the banging and kicking at the door, so he turned and left. As he heads back for the staircase, he says, I'm not telling you tonight, but I know when I am. Chapter 20. The next night. After taking a hot bubble bath, Jennifer is brushing her damp hair in the mirror. William rented a room for the night at an expensive hotel downtown, as he told her he had. She got excited when he first brought up a getaway, until he told her it was only an overnight stay, and that they couldn't go far. He said he just wanted to get away for the night, since his first meeting was not until 11 the next day. William didn't see her, but Jennifer rolled her eyes as she thought, we could stay home for all of that. But she didn't want to be a bitch about it, so she gave him a big hug after thanking him for being so thoughtful. As she stands there, she thinks about Billy. She hasn't talked to him since yesterday. After that, she started ignoring him because he wanted to do it. She was tempted, but with her and William having plans tonight, she didn't want her body to be all worn out and not in the mood for her husband. She blocked Billy at dinner because he wouldn't stop asking where they were, as if he had a right to know. At the table, Jennifer thought, he doesn't have a right to shit, before she threw her phone in her bag. She was grateful to be away from Billy because he was becoming possessive over her and her time. He wanted to know her every move, especially if he thought William was around. He acts like a whining brat until she gives him some, then he starts strutting around like he's the man. After Jennifer puts on her robe, she says, I'm the man since I'm the one calling the shots. When there's a knock at the door, she goes to the other bathroom where William is. She asks, Will, are you expecting room service? Through the door. What was that, baby? Jennifer asks again, Are you expecting someone? After the second knock. It's probably room service. Call for liquor and a carrot cake while you're in the tub. Okay, she says. Liquor and carrot cake? What the hell? Giggling as she approaches the door. She pulls the tie tighter on her pink satin robe before she opens the door. Yes, may I? She freezes when she sees him. It's not room service. It's Billy. Billy? What are you doing here? My dad told me where y'all were going, so I came here to tell him. I was going to tell him last night at the house, but I didn't. I couldn't, but I'm ready now. Billy, tell him what? She gives him a look like, boy, if you don't stop, before she asks, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. The fuck? Jennifer quietly closed the door and darted to him when he rushed past her. Shh! Are you crazy? Lower your voice. As a matter of fact, get out of here. Now. I should have told him last night, when I had the chance. Billy jolts to the bathroom door after hearing the shower water. Billy, no, please. Jennifer is nervous as hell right now. Her stomach drops to her kneecaps as he stands there about to knock on the bathroom door. She starts to cry when she says, Billy, please don't. I'm begging you. His voice hisses when he says, fuck that, Jennifer. I can't do this anymore. What if he catches us? Then what? He won't, because we're careful. Yeah, we're so careful. This man almost caught us in the dining room not too long ago. But he didn't, because we got up and we ran out of there. We were gone by the time he came through the door. He yelled at you because you let his insurance lapse on your bike. He already told me earlier that morning that he was pissed at you about it, and he was going to come down hard on you. And he did when he came upstairs and saw you. I played it off when he came up while you slipped down the back stairs, but what would have happened if he had caught us? Man, I don't even want to answer that because I'm done talking. And I'm about to leave. This shit was a mistake. Now you either leave with me or you stay here with him, but I'm not going back home to be alone, period. Jennifer quickly looks at the bathroom door before she says, just go. Billy's eyes sink into two sharp slits. You just left? Came here with my dad and pretty much said, fuck me, huh? Well, it'll be fuck you if you stay here with Tim. How about that? He reaches his hand out to her. At first, she hesitates. She even studies the bathroom door, wondering what William will do if he catches her leaving the suite with his son. Billy, this is all moving too fast. I agree. That's why I won't tell him tonight. I thought I was ready, but this is just the wrong time. But come on, just leave with me, please. Billy. Billy doesn't answer. He just stands there with his hand out, waiting on her. His eyes ask, are you coming or not? Though his lips don't speak another word. When the shower shuts off, Jennifer looks at the door again, with Billy looking right at her. That's when she hurries into her pants, throws on a shirt, and grabs her jacket. Let's go. You serious? Billy, come on, before I change my mind. All right. She swipes her phone off the desk before they speed out the door. Jennifer and Billy run through the halls like they just stole something. In a way, Billy did. Once they reach the lobby and run out to the parking lot, Billy hops on his bike. Jennifer looks back at the hotel as he starts it up. He says, Jennifer, come on. We have to go. When she finally puts on the helmet, she jumps on the back and grabs Billy's waist. Back in the room. Wow, I needed that, says William as he heads out of the steamy bathroom. Jen? He goes to the door after the knock. Room service. Coming. William tips the guy $20 after he wheels in a small cart with a bucket of ice, Jack Daniels, and a whole carrot cake on it. Here you go, young man. Thank you, sir. Have a nice night. William opens the bottle, grabs 2 glasses, and starts to pour. He then calls out, Jen, honey, where are you? But there's no answer. He goes to the other bathroom to see if she's still in there. Jen, you in here? But she's not. William checks on the second level of the suite, only to find it vacant there too. He sweeps every inch of the large room but comes up empty-handed. When he makes it back to the living room, he takes a seat on the sofa. He sits the glass that would have gone to Jennifer on the table as he sips from his. He then picked up his cell to see no missed calls or text messages. When he hears a loud engine start up outside, he quickly gets up and goes to the window. He sees a guy on a motorcycle with a girl getting on behind him, but they're both wearing helmets so he can't see their faces. Can't be. Right then, William grabs the room key and bolts out. All he's wearing is a pair of black silk pajamas as he runs down the hallway. Standing there barefoot, he slaps the down arrow at least 10 times when he gets to the elevator. He says, "To hell with this," and takes off for the stairs after only 2 or 3 seconds. He makes it down the 6 flights in less than a minute and bursts out into the lobby. Once he runs through the revolving doors to get outside, he's panting, trying to catch his breath. He tried to get to the couple on the bike, but they were already gone. William slightly bends over, with his hands resting on his thighs. All he can get out is, "Shit." Still breathing hard. 5 minutes later. Billy says, "Hold on to me tighter," over the roar of his engine. Jennifer is scared shitless, so she holds on extra tight. She felt like she would fly off at the first bump they came to, so she closed her eyes praying she didn't die tonight. At the stoplight, she still has her eyes closed until she hears Billy say, "Shit." She asks, "What's wrong?" "Nothing, just turn your head." Jennifer doesn't see the car that just pulled up on the side of them, but Billy does. So, when the light turns green, he shoots off, leaving the car sitting there. Chapter 21. The next morning. As the sun rises in the sky, William starts to pack. He had been waiting for Jennifer to return, but she never did. He called her cell phone at least 100 times until he finally gave up. He wanted to entertain the idea that something bad had happened to her, but he knew that wasn't the case. Jennifer wasn't in any danger. William wished he could say the same for their marriage. When he hears a knock at the door, he rushes to it to see it's the bellhop, asking if he needs help. No, young man. I think I have everything under control. I'll be down in the lobby to check out in a second. Yes, sir. Thank you. After William dismisses the freckle-faced kid, he goes over to the sofa. He sits in the same spot he'd been in all night, thinking about the woman he watched get onto the back of the motorcycle. I know my trifling son's bike, bitch. I bought it. After cursing out his wife and son for half an hour, William eventually gets up and leaves. When he makes it down to the lobby, he waits for the attendant to finish with the guests standing in front of him. Even though he's waiting patiently, he is so goddamn eager to get out of this hotel and just go home. He smirked, thinking Jennifer was probably already there with a lie about why she left him and her pink satin robe behind. He was about to call her cell phone one last time, but he didn't have the strength to listen to her voicemail again. So he quietly waits in line in the lobby until he hears his name from across the room. "Hey, William! William, how are things?" It's Peter Ewing, one of William's business associates. He's walking through the lobby carrying what looks like an early morning cocktail, dressed as if he's on the cover of Golf Digest. "Mr. Ewing, I'm well. How are you?" William is clearly not in the mood for this man. Peter raises his glass. "Couldn't be better." He looks at William's and Jennifer's bags. "You're leaving so soon? When I saw you standing here, I thought we could catch a few games on the green today." "That sounds good right now, but I have to take a rain check. I need to handle some business back at home." "Hey, maybe next time, right? I'll have my secretary get with your assistant. Maybe we can set something up at the club in the next week or so." William is short as he blows him off. "That'll work." Peter asks, "Is everything okay?" William looks at him. Yes, everything is fine." "Well, I'm only asking because of the way your wife and son almost mowed me down last night. I was in the gym." "Whoa." Peter now has William's undivided attention. "When did you see my son?" "Last night. I was up late, so I decided to hit the gym and try and work off some tension, if you know what I mean." Peter laughs as he sips from his glass. "Those two shot past me as I was heading back to my room. I don't know where they were going, but they sure were in a hurry." "Wait, my son was here at this hotel last night?" "Yep, around 9:30. "Are you sure you saw my son and my wife together?" "William, I always remember a face. Your wife is an unforgettable beauty, and your son is your twin, so I'm pretty sure it was them." "Hey, Pete, you ready, brother?" Peter holds up his glass to his business partner before leaving William. Hey, Will, I got a jet, but if you change your mind, the place we're heading to has a beautiful course, free drinks, and a nice, quiet, secluded tea house, fully stocked with treats of every shape, size, and color, if you catch my drift. Peter's laugh echoes throughout the lobby as he walks away. When the customer in front of William leaves, the attendant smiles at him. Sir, are you all set? I'm ready. William quickly scribbles his name at all the highlighted X's and heads for the revolving doors. He is livid and needs out of this hotel now. He doesn't bother to respond to the attendant when she says, Have a good day, sir. He just marches out the door into his car, mad as hell. Chapter 22. Apatha and Ronnie are having breakfast this morning without William. He usually eats with them at least once during the week at their favorite cafe, but neither of them has seen or talked to him in almost a month. Once the waitress walked off after taking their order and menus, Apatha looked at Ronnie, who was unwrapping his silverware. She's being extra careful with every word that comes out of her mouth, the way she's been doing since they woke up this morning. She's about to piss him off severely, so she's staying nice and calm, praying he will do the same. Baby, what time are you getting off this evening? After he tucks his napkin into his shirt, he answers, 7. Okay, good. Why, what's going on? Apatha's eyes look away from Ronnie when she tells him, I want to go by Williams. Good idea. I've been calling and texting, but he won't answer. Lately, neither does Billy. Do you know I have called that boy at least 8 times, and I ain't talked to him yet? He always answers me. She pauses before she says, just like Will always answers you. Well, not now, so it's definitely time to go over there. I've been taking your advice and not butting in, but something's got to give. Apatha says, thank you, when the waitress fills her water glass. She then looks back at Ronnie after she walks off. I agree with you. I just want you to stay calm, though. I am. I haven't said anything or blown up like I want to because I'm giving William space. But this is ridiculous. They sit silently for a moment as Apatha spreads a little grape jam on her biscuit. She then takes a bite, watching her husband. Seeing the anger building on his face as he talks about William, she hesitates before she tells him what she has to say. Ronnie, I saw something crazy last night. Crazy like what? I think I saw Billy. I was leaving choir rehearsal around 9 and... She quickly stops herself. How Ronnie looks at her changes her mind about telling him what she's about to say. You know what? Maybe it wasn't him. Apatha, would you talk to me? What's going on? What do you think you saw? Ronnie, I didn't say anything when I got home, but I could have sworn I pulled up next to Billy last night at the light on State Street. He was only there for a second. When the light turned green, he sped off. The helmet was covering his face, but I knew that was him. I know his bike. Apatha is back to hesitating. And I know Jennifer. Ronnie is initially confused. Apatha, what are you getting at? I'm lost. But not for long. Wait a minute. You're not saying, Apatha, no. Tell me you're bullshitting. She looks around as Ronnie's voice rises. Ronnie, please. This is why I didn't tell you last night. Woman, if you don't tell me what you saw, I will get up and leave your ass sitting right here. Ronald Leon Majors, I hope you would. Apatha! When Ronnie slammed his fist down, the waitress walking by picked up the butter knife that flew off the table. After she walked off, Apatha looked at each person sitting nearby, hoping they didn't see that, before her eyes quickly returned to him. Ronnie, stop it. You are embarrassing me. And I told you he had on a helmet, and so did she. So I'm not sure who I saw. She? As in Jennifer, right? You know her and Billy, just like I do. He reaches into his pocket and abruptly pulls out cash. So that's what all the baby And honey shit was last night and this morning, wasn't it? After he lays 20s on the table, he snatches his napkin from his shirt and pops out of his seat. You gonna get enough of hiding important shit from me, Apatha. Especially when it comes to my fucking brother. Ronnie, I said I'm not even sure it was them. And where do you think you're going? She demands. Stop cursing and sit down, with him about to leave. Hell no. His teeth clenched when he says, I'm going to rip that bitch out of my brother's house right now. Who the hell does she think she is? And Billy? I'll take care of this. Apatha's gentleness calms him down a bit. Ron, please sit down. For me? He glares at her and hisses. Then what's the plan, Apatha? Before plopping back down to his seat. The plan is we go by there calmly after you get off work at 7. We simply see what's going on and go from there, okay? We won't rip anyone out of anywhere unless we absolutely have to. And since William is a grown man, older than us, that probably won't have to happen. He can handle this, Ronnie. It's his home, his wife, and his son. We're just making sure he's okay. Ronnie shakes his head when he says, Jennifer is messing with the wrong one. Ronnie, promise me you'll calm down so we can handle this as a family. He doesn't answer her. Ronnie? Still nothing. Now don't make me get up and leave you sitting here, honey, because you know I will. So answer me. Okay, Apatha. Right. Good. When the food they ordered comes out, Apatha smiles and says, Now put your money away, tuck your napkin back in your shirt, and let's eat. With Apatha's head bowed and eyes closed as she prays over the food, Ronnie just stares at her, thinking about his brother, Billy, and Jennifer. Chapter 23. When the Uber dropped Jennifer off, she walked up the driveway and to the front door. She's just getting home after running away with Billy last night. She didn't bother returning to the hotel because she knew William would be gone. She feels so bad for leaving last night. She wasn't going to, but she couldn't resist Billy, so she hurried into her clothes and was out of there. She and Billy ran through the plush halls of the hotel just like Pete Ewing said and disappeared. They hopped on to Billy's bike and went to another hotel in the city. Jennifer cried for the first 30 minutes of them being there because she felt horrible about what they had done. She said, William is going to kill me, before Billy started taking his clothes off. When he said, worry about that tomorrow, Jennifer stopped crying and allowed him to have his way with her. They then made love for the rest of the night. Now Jennifer is home to face her husband, whether she's ready to or not. As she heads up the stairs, she takes a deep breath. She then grabs her chest when she walks into their bedroom and sees William sitting in the corner in the dark. My God, William, you scared me half to death. Why are the curtains pulled? I didn't see you at first. It's so dark in here. William's voice is even when he says, don't turn on any lights. As Jennifer goes for the switch. William, I can barely see in here with the blackout curtain. I said don't turn on any lights, goddammit. Jennifer jumps when William yells through his cigar smoke. She then carefully asks, William, why are you smoking? He takes one last drag of the cigar before mashing the lit tip in the little blue glass ashtray in his lap. He then gets up in Jennifer's face. Where the fuck have you been? His tone is nasty. I asked you a question, and I expect an answer now. William, you know, I thought Jennifer can't get her words out. Speak up, Jennifer. I can't hear you. Huh? You're trying to tell me where you been all fucking night. With William hovering over her, Jennifer hesitates, with him looking like he's about to beat on her. He stands there, with his fists balled, his eyes intense, and his angry lips almost formed into a complete circle. If Jennifer didn't know any better, she would think that he was about to haul off and knock the shit out of her at any moment. What's wrong, Jen? Am I not even worth a good lie anymore? You got home from wherever you've been. You used your key, came in, and walked upstairs with nothing. You didn't even have one of your bullshit stories planned for me this time. William, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I'm going to be completely and utterly honest. Here goes. Last night, my client, a new client from here in the city called while you were in the shower. When they first texted asking me to meet them at their loft, of course I initially said I couldn't because it was late and I was with my husband. Then the wife called and said there would be a 20% rise in my commission if I could make it happen. So I did. I know I shouldn't have left, but... Jennifer's voice tapers off when William steps closer to her. But what, Jennifer? Well, William, you're making all these big business moves and taking care of me. I guess like my clients from Philly, I wanted to show you I can take care of you sometimes too. I know I shouldn't have left, but I tried to tell you where I was going. You were in the shower. I thought I could be back before you could miss me. But the showing turned into late night runs to any store still open for accessories, along with surfing the net for just the right everything. We worked all night and well into today. William was quick to ask, Are you done lying to me? William, that's not fair, and you know it. Bitch, I asked you a question. William is boiling, foam gathering in the creases of his mouth. You are a lying, filthy whore. That's what you are. Jennifer sucks in a big gulp of air before she shouts, William, wait, hold on, you can't call me. No, stop. I called you a bitch and a whore because that's what you are. You come into this house smelling like another man, not even taking the time to wipe his sweat from your body. And if you deny it, I'm fucking you up right here. Now try me, you lying ass bitch. Jennifer's eyes get as large as baseballs. She's never heard William speak to anyone this way, let alone her. William, you can't talk to me like this. Shut up. Stand there and don't say anything because I can't protect you from me if you do. Jennifer's watery doe eyes stay on William, cautiously obeying his orders. You were with someone last night, weren't you? You've been messing around for a while now. William barks. Haven't you? William, of course not. What are you talking about? Jennifer quickly covered her ears when William hurled his ashtray across the room, shattering the glass closet door. William, oh my God! The destroyed little blue ashtray had Billy Majors scribbled on the bottom, a Father's Day gift Billy crafted when he was only 8. How could you do this? How could you be so disrespectful to me? Jennifer drops her head as tears rain out of her eyes. William, I'm sorry. I really am. I'm going to take a shower. I looked for you all morning, so I didn't take one before my meeting. He stares her down, one good time before turning and huffing away. The smashed glass from the shattered mirror and broken ashtray crunches under his boots when he darts to the closet. He snatches a towel from the shelf and heads to the bathroom. He slams the door so hard that the rest of the glass from the closet door crashes to the floor. When the shower starts, Jennifer races for her cell phone and dials Billy's number. He cheerfully answers on the first ring. What's up, beautiful? Billy, I'm glad you picked up. What's going on? Listen, I can't do this anymore. What are you talking about? Billy's voice quickly changes. I thought we were cool. What's up? We have got to stop. It's almost 1, and I'm just walking into my husband after being with you all night. I know he was pissed when you got home, huh? Jennifer starts to cry hysterically. You have no idea. The things he said to me, the way he looked at me, it was as if he could see right through me and everything I had to say. Oh, Billy, I never wanted to hurt your father, not this way. Not at all. God knows that was not my intention. Like I told you last night, I just wanted to be a good wife. Okay, stop. All right? Don't do nothing crazy. I'm almost there. I just stopped at the store down the street. Billy, I'm sorry. Jennifer abruptly hangs up on him. It's over. So they had nothing else to talk about. She had ended their affair with that phone call, and Billy had to accept that. He has no other choice. Jennifer is ready to be faithful to her husband without any more disruptions from him. Jennifer prays as she silently promises William she won't lie to him anymore. When her phone starts to buzz, she snatches it off the bed. Billy, please stop calling me. I'm home. I'm downstairs and I want to see you now. Goodbye. I have to go. Goodbye? Man, if you hang up on me again, Jennifer, I swear I'll take off on my bike, and this time I'm not coming back. I told you last night that I'm in love with you, and now I don't want to be without you. Since we met, it's like I have so much to live for now. Like I got a whole new life or something. And I'm not letting you go for my dad or anyone, period. So, come downstairs. Jennifer looks up as the bathroom door opens. She watches William come out, go over to the dresser, and rub on lotion. When he sees her crying through the mirror, he turns around. Jennifer, what's wrong with you? And who are you talking to? Jennifer, I'm down here waiting on you. Jennifer. Jennifer? I'm sorry, I have to go. Chapter 24. The next morning. William and Jennifer lie comfortably, cuddled up with each other. The morning sun, which usually serves as William's wake-up call, went unnoticed. So did the time reading across the digital alarm clock. William reached over and yanked the cord from the wall earlier after the alarm sounded for the 10th time. Snooze wouldn't be enough. Not this morning, anyway. William didn't want to sleep for another 10 to 20 minutes, just like he didn't want to leave Jennifer and head off to work. All he wants to do is lie here with her all day. After Jennifer and William got into it yesterday, their bedroom looked like a war zone, with broken glass everywhere. Jennifer cleaned her face up as William swept the floor. When he was finished, she finally showed him how much she still loved him. Warm tears drizzled down her face when she took off the towel William had wrapped around his waist and started giving him head. When he stopped her and asked why she was crying, she lied and said she was talking to her mom about family issues, but she was okay. Then she started blowing him like her life and their marriage depended on it. At first he was still fussing and cursing until his eyes rolled back in his head. After that, Jennifer had him where she wanted him. Now they're back in love as if nothing had happened yesterday. Snuggling up closer to him, Jennifer asks, "Who is it?" while William reaches for his phone. After he ignores the call, he says, "It's Ronnie again. He's been calling me back to back since yesterday." "He doesn't usually call you back to back like that. Is everything okay with him?" When I texted him and asked him what was wrong, he didn't say. He only texted back that he needed to talk to me. "Okay, so what did he want to talk to you about?" "I don't know. I didn't text back or call." "William, I'm sorry, but I wasn't having him and a Patha over here last night. Not when we were about to get it on again." Jennifer giggles. "I guess. Well, make sure you call him today. Ronnie's birthday is Friday, so I'll see him then. I have to meet a Patha to help her with this party, so I'll smooth things over with her when I see her. We'll see Ronnie at his party, reconnect, and all will be well." "I hope so, William. You know I love Ronnie and the Patha." "They love you too. And trust me, I know them. They'll be fine after Ronnie's party. You'll see." William takes a breath. "And Jennifer, I don't want you to ever think that I don't love you. You are the most important part of my life, and nothing comes before you." William slightly raises his body in her silence. "You do know that, right?" "Of course I do, William." His salt and pepper curls meet his pillow as he relaxes again. "I'm sorry about yesterday. I was wrong. And I overreacted. I hope I didn't scare you. I was just... You hurt me. But Jennifer, I want you to listen to me." He looks into her eyes. "You don't ever have to look elsewhere for what you have right here with me. So, whatever it was, it's over." "William, He quickly stops her. Jennifer, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know about it. I just want to move on from it because I love you too much to lose you. Do you still love me? She quickly answers, You know that I do. Good. They kiss. So let's just start over. William's voice trails off as a single tear escapes Jennifer's eye. The tear rolling down her cheek matches the one that rolls down Billy's face as he listens and watches his father and Jennifer through the crack in their bedroom door. Chapter 25. William, you are a lifesaver. Child, thank you for helping me. Last night after dinner, the caterer called and almost blew our cover. When Ronnie answered the phone, I thought I would lose it. Epatha is at the club, putting the finishing touches on Ronnie's surprise birthday party tonight. Since William met her here, as he said he would, Epatha uses this time to corner him, since he won't answer them. I wanted to surprise Ronnie for his birthday. That man works so hard, so I thought I would do something special for him. Epatha looks at William, who hasn't said 3 words since he walked into the empty ballroom. William? Yeah, everything looks good. Ronnie is going to really enjoy his party. Epatha sits the seating chart down next to him. William, what is it? What? He looks down at the front of his body, and then back at Epatha. What is what? Are you okay? William picks up the seating chart Epatha had been working on. Oh, I'm fine. Work is running me a little thin, but it's nothing I can't handle. I called your office all morning to make sure we were still meeting today, but your assistant said you hadn't made it in. We had this plan for a while now, so I wouldn't forget or tell Ronnie about it. Remember, I promised you that when you first told me. Is that the only reason why you're here, Will? Because you promised me? William pauses for a moment. I don't follow. These days, you and Jennifer are either canceling on us or ignoring us altogether. Even when I call your office, Epatha, I just told you I took the day off. I'm the boss, so I can do that, you know. Damn. William, I love you. Epatha, let it go. She doesn't. Now that she has William's attention, she starts questioning him. She doesn't let the nasty look on his face stop her either. She just comes out with what she and Ronnie have been wanting to ask. Will, the other night when you posted on Facebook that you were getting ready for a romantic getaway, was Jennifer with you the whole night?
If looks could kill, Epatha's ass would have dropped dead right here.
Of course my wife was with me, Epatha, he says. The entire night. Trying to convince her. What kind of question is that? William, I'm not trying to get into y'all's business, but what? When I left choir rehearsal that night, a motorcycle sat at the light on State Street. Okay. Well, before he pulled off, I saw the driver. I think it was Billy, and he wasn't alone. He shot off so fast that I couldn't get a real good look, but I knew it was him. It was his red and black helmet. It was his bike, and the woman on the back had a helmet too, but I know. William snaps. Epatha, what is all this shit about a helmet and Billy? I took time out of my busy day to come down here and help you with Ronnie's party. That's all. Don't ask me shit else about anything else. Do you hear me? Don't question me or my goddamn son, Epatha. Epatha throws her hands up to her chest with her mouth wide open. And don't you damn scream and shout at me like you've lost your mind. William threw down the chart and snatched his keys off the table. I'm out of here. With him darting around the table and charging to the door, Epatha calls him. William! William, wait! He doesn't stop. He rushes right out of the ballroom. He pushes the door open so hard when he rushes through it that it cracks the drywall. Ma'am, is everything okay? With some staff crowding around her after the commotion, Epatha keeps her eyes on the door William just stomped out of. Yes, everything's fine. Excuse me, I have to make a call. I'll be back soon. Epatha is so embarrassed that she leaves and heads to her car. When she gets in, she slams the door with her phone in her hand. She's about to call Ronnie, but she calls Billy instead. Surprisingly, he answers. Hey, Auntie. Epatha catches her tone, but she is still mad at him. Billy, where have you been? I've been calling you for days. You don't ever treat me like this. What's up?
It's school, Auntie. It's kicking my butt.
I'm having a hard time keeping up, but I'm glad you called so I can apologize about the other night.
And Patha's forehead wrinkles. The other night?
Yes, ma'am. I saw you at the light. I didn't speak or introduce you to my girl because, I don't know. I guess I was being shy and we were on the road, but that's no excuse. I should have said something and introduced you to my girl Tiana. That was childish and wrong. I'm sorry, Auntie.
And Patha doesn't respond at first, listening to how sweet and sincere he sounds. But she's no fool. She says, "It's okay, Billy," thinking, "I know who and what I saw." After a few seconds, Billy jumps to the end of the call.
Auntie, I have another call coming in. It's my instructor from school. Can I give you a call right back?
Yes, but I just wanted to ensure you're still coming to the party tonight. I want to see you, and I know your uncle will too. Besides, I have to talk to you about some things.
Auntie, I'll send Uncle Ronnie a gift, but I can't make the party tonight. I have exams to study for.
Baby, you can't spend at least an hour.
I can't, Auntie. I wish I could, but I just can't make it. This exam counts for 50% of my grade for the entire semester. I gotta be on it. If it wasn't for that, I would be there. And don't worry, we'll talk. Just tell Uncle Ronnie I'm sorry, and then I'll catch up with y'all soon, I promise.
Billy, wait. Hello? Billy? Damn. After he hangs up, Apatha calls Ronnie. Across town. Ronnie just pulled into Jennifer and William's driveway. After they ignored him and Apatha for 2 days, he told her he wasn't calling or texting anymore. So here he is, damn near marching to their front door to check on his brother. Right before he can ring the doorbell, his phone buzzes. He says, "I'll call you in a minute, Apatha," before he presses ignore. He then switches his phone to Do Not Disturb, with Jennifer finally opening the front door. She smiles before giving him a big hug, as she usually does when they see each other. "Ronnie, what a surprise! Happy birthday!" "Hello, Jennifer." He hugs her back with a one-arm dry hug. "Ronnie, come in and have a seat." He follows behind her to the den. "Do you want anything to drink?" He stares Jennifer down one good time before he tells her, "I'm not thirsty." "Okay." She sits across from him once they get into the den. "Ronnie, is everything all right?" "I'm hoping to find that out from you." "What do you mean? William and I—" "No, now Jennifer, let me stop you right there. I've been sitting on my hands long enough listening to all the reasons why y'all don't answer the phone or hadn't been to the club lately. You and William have canceled everything we've planned for the last few months, including breakfast, every morning. Why? What's going on over here?" Jennifer tries to laugh Ronnie off, but he's not laughing. Looking at his stone face, she says, "Ronnie, is that what this is about? Breakfast?" Jennifer confesses, "William and I got into it the other day, and after we made up. That's why we didn't answer when you and Apatha started blowing us up. And that's why William missed breakfast the following day." Ronnie thinks, all that bullshit ain't gonna work on me. I ain't buying it, but watch this. He quickly asks, "Jennifer, what's going on between you and Billy?" "Whoa, Ronnie, excuse me?" Jennifer looks shocked. "What would make you ask me something like that? Answer my question. Are you messing around with my little nephew?" His eyes follow Jennifer when she quickly gets up from the sofa. "Ronnie, are you serious? Did you come up with that because we missed a phone call and breakfast the other morning? Well, check this. There are going to be a lot of mornings that William will miss breakfast because he'll be here with me in bed." Jennifer's neck starts rolling from attitude. "I'm his wife, so naturally, some things are going to start to change with the way he deals with y'all. But that does not give you or Apatha the right to ever—" "I didn't say shit about Apatha. I'm asking if you are messing around with Billy. And before you answer that, I know you were on his bike the other night." She offers a weak, "No, I wasn't." Now Ronnie jumps up. "It's a lot of shit going on over here that has nothing to do with you, Ronnie. Ronnie, I have always respected you and I don't have to explain myself. But I would never hurt William or mess around with his son. That's disgusting." Ronnie looks at Jennifer, ready for war. But with William coming through the front door, he catches himself. They both listen as he cheerfully calls out for Ronnie from the foyer. Hey, bro, where you at, man? Yo, Ronnie." Ronnie says, "You either tell him or I will," to Jennifer before he walks off to meet William.
There's the birthday boy. Happy B-Day, bro. Hey, Will.
Thanks. I was just in here telling Jennifer you are hard to get in contact with these days. Work is working me hard, bro, but not today. Come on in so I can make us a drink and catch up. Ronnie follows William to the kitchen where Jennifer is. He watches them greet each other like they haven't seen each other in a week. He wonders if they're putting on for him or if this is how they always act after being apart for a few hours. William asks Ronnie, "What are you drinking?" After kissing on Jennifer for damn near 5 minutes. He says, "Let me get a shot of dark. Don't matter what it is." Watching Jennifer hanging on to William as he makes his way to the bar. She's all bouncy and bubbly without looking Ronnie's way. She's treating him like he's not even in the room with his eyes fixed on her. After William slaps Jennifer on the ass, he tells Ronnie, "Shot of Crown coming up, bro."
Chapter 26. Jennifer is in the bathroom mirror, finishing up her makeup. She texted Billy for the first time in days right after William and Ronnie left. William had his new suit hanging on their bedroom door, ready to wear to the club tonight. But since Ronnie popped up unexpectedly, he texted Jennifer and told her he wasn't changing. Jennifer was relieved because she just wanted Ronnie to leave her alone. And that shit he said about Billy, she couldn't believe it. Billy's knuckles tap the bedroom door. Jennifer says, "Come in," when she comes out of the bathroom and sees him. He says, "What's up?" Just standing there. "I have to talk to you about your uncle." "What about him?" "He saw us together the other night." "What?" "No, he didn't." "He said he did. He asked me if I was on your bike." "Shit, what did you tell him?" "Of course I told him that I wasn't. My auntie pulled up on us the other night when we was at the light." "That's when you told me to turn my head?" "Yep, fuck. I tried to clean that shit up today, but she must have already told my uncle." "You know she did." Billy walks in and reaches out to her, but she slaps his hand away. "Billy, stop. No, I only texted you because of what your uncle said, but we're still over." "Why?" "Billy, your aunt saw us. That was another slip-up, just like when we were having sex in the dining room. I thought we weren't going to bring that up again. Bye, Billy. I'm getting ready for your uncle's party. If you show up, don't be weird and stare at me all night. And don't make this awkward in front of your dad. We have to go back to normal. Okay?" "Billy." "Man, I swear to God, I hate you, bro." Billy turns around, runs down the stairs, and leaves the house. Jennifer jumps when he slams the door behind him. She says, "Whatever," as she returns to the bathroom to finish getting ready. Later. Everyone was in place, just as Apatha planned. She's been running around all evening, ensuring everything is perfect, and so far, it is. When William texted her and said Ronnie was with him on the way to the club, she was ready to curse him out for how he acted earlier, but she just texted K back instead. She didn't text back at all after he said they were walking in. She put her phone away and told everyone to get ready. "Okay, they're walking in, guys. Here we go." Everyone raised their champagne glasses on her cue, shouting, "Happy birthday!" in sync when William and Ronnie walked through the door. Ronnie is all smiles, hugging his brother. "Man, you said we were coming up here for more liquor. Y'all got me." Apatha walks up and hugs Ronnie. "We sure did." With Ronnie speaking to the family members that crowded around them, Apatha says, "He's not dressed." "And neither are you," eyeing William. "Be glad I'm here after that stunt you pulled earlier." "William, wait. Will." Apatha calls for him as he walks away to meet Jennifer, who has just come through the door. "Hey, baby, you look beautiful." William kisses Jennifer on the cheek. "Thank you, sweetheart." She's being just as fake as him, with Billy heavy on both their minds. After an hour, Jennifer and William sit at the round table near the front as Ronnie and Apatha talk to everyone at the party. "Look at Ronnie. He looks like he's having a good time." "Yeah, he does." After taking a sip of champagne, William asks, "What were y'all talking about when I came in earlier?" "He's worried about you because we've been in our own world and not showing up to breakfast, lunch, and dinner with them like we used to." William cuts his eyes at Apatha before he tells Jennifer, "That won't be happening anytime soon. We're busy, we're still newlyweds, and they're just going to have to accept that." "I agree." Jennifer asks, "How did it go with Apatha?"
I don't want to talk about her right now. Jennifer giggles. Good, neither do I. As they chat, William changes his energy when he says, Jen, I have a surprise for you. She looks over at him. A surprise? William, you know I love surprises. When do I get it? She becomes playfully anxious. How about right now? William pulls an envelope out of his jacket. Morton was so impressed with me and the work I've started for his company that he sent me these. William hands the envelope to Jennifer. Inside are plane tickets to Hawaii. When she looks at the tickets, she says, Honolulu? Oh my gosh, really? Jennifer is glowing. She's so happy. Now, that's what I'm talking about. When are we leaving? Jennifer eyes the schedule before she looks back at William. Tonight? Yep, in a few hours. Wait, I'm not packed. I have 1,000 things to do. Oh well, I'm not worried about all that. Jennifer jumps up and runs over to William. She hugs and kisses all over him. This is the best surprise ever. Thank you so much, baby. I love you. I love you too. Jennifer returns to her seat when Ronnie starts to talk into the mic. Can I get everybody's attention for a second, please? The room quiets down. I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight to spend my birthday with me. My lovely wife put everything together without me knowing what she was planning. Ronnie takes Apatha by the hand. Thank you for this, baby. He kisses her on the cheek. I'm also glad my brother William and his wife are here to celebrate with me. Everyone clapped and cheered when Jennifer and William waved. Ronnie then said, I'm happy to see my little nephew Billy here tonight too. Stand up, Billy. Everyone except Jennifer applauds when Billy stands up at a table near the back of the room. I didn't think he would make it tonight, but I'm glad he did. Again, thank you to the rest of you. Enjoy yourselves, and I can't wait to see you all again. The music resumes as Jennifer's blood starts to boil. First, for that shit Ronnie said on stage. So now I'm just William's wife? I got her name, motherfucker. And secondly, she doesn't want to see Billy. She thinks about getting out of here and making it to the nearest exit door before anyone misses her. She'll tell William she needs to go to the bathroom and slip out of there, but it's too late. She thinks, shit, with Billy already heading their way. William flashes a big smile once he makes it to their table. Hey, son, your aunt said you couldn't make it. Come here and hug your old man. I moved some things around so I could be here. Billy's voice is flat as he hugs William. Next, he looks at Jennifer. Hey. She shakes his hand. Hey, Billy. Billy quickly takes his eyes off Jennifer and looks back at his father. Dad, can I talk to you for a minute? Sure, son. What's going on? I was hoping I could speak to you in private. Come on, Billy. This is your uncle's party. Can we talk when we get home? Dad, what I have to say won't take long, I promise. William looks at Billy for a moment. Okay, let's go, son. Jennifer latches onto William's arm before he can walk off. Honey, where are you going? Ronnie looks like he's ready to make another toast. No, babe, Ronnie and Apatha are still making more rounds. We'll have plenty of time before the next toast. Besides, it'll only take a second. Relax. Well, where are you guys going? We're going to head to the grape room. We'll have a little privacy there. We'll be right back. Jennifer sits down quietly after William and Billy walk off. She's terrified, wondering what they're talking about. More importantly, what the hell is Billy telling William? He looked so angry a minute ago, so she knew it couldn't be good. That's when she starts to pray. God, please don't let William drag me out of here in front of everybody. The longer William and Billy are away, the more nauseous Jennifer becomes. She's trying to hold it together but losing it under the low-profile track lighting. She's about to get up to get William, but he's already heading back to their table. Jennifer blurts, William, is everything okay? When he sits down, but he doesn't answer her. William, what is it? He finally says, It's Billy. Jennifer carefully asks, What about Billy? What did he say? William simply says that he's leaving. Okay, well, maybe he's just tired. He did tell Apatha he had a lot of studying to do. He showed his face for his uncle. Now he's probably going to head back to the house and rest. No. He said he's leaving Anchorage and only came here tonight to say goodbye. He didn't say where he was going, when he'd be back, or if he was ever coming back. All he did was stand there, holding that stupid-ass helmet in his hands. He didn't come to party with us tonight. He came here to tell me he's leaving. Tears gathered in William's eyes, though none fell. I asked him to wait so we could talk more when we got home, but he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen to a thing I had to say. Now he's gone, and I don't even know why. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't even look at me. What have I done to him to make him act like this and then leave me? I'm his father. We used to be so close, but he acted like he didn't even know me a minute ago. Well, William, I'm sure he has his reasons. He didn't tell you why he wants to leave? William's eyes slowly rake over to Jennifer when he says, he told me to ask you.